Balls out.
What?
Balls out. Sports Talk Radio. Guys, let it all hang out.
Oh, don't tease me.
And talk about sports and more. Podcasts are available on iTunes. So come join the guys and let it all hang out.
Coach, March Madness starts I think it's the third week
starts
of
March.
in March. Yeah, in March.
Coach.
Yeah.
In the title, March Madness, you should give it away. I mean, this is the guy making decisions at third base, coaching.
Yeah.
Oh, these people.
Got to hold his hand sometimes.
Yeah, you sure do. Oh, God, he's going to call me racist soon. How do you do? Welcome to Balls Out Sports Talk. We've got the legend, Bench, GB, and Hoss.
All right, they tell us you're a pitcher. You're sure not much of a dresser.
Has his sign and comes set. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and belted to deep right field. He'll need a rocket up his ass to catch this one.
GB, are you disappointed you don't have a walk-up song like he does?
Kind of, but I'll let it slide.
Okay,
I guess
we
in
got
this case it works for both of us.
It sort of does. Yeah. And I've got two former pitchers here. Well, if you're a pitcher, you're never a former pitcher. Pitchers here. And I've been arguing with Hoss for what?
I pitched in Little League.
So we have two pitchers here, Hoss and GB. And I've been arguing with Hoss about this possible rule change, and he thinks it'll be a detriment to pitchers, and I call BS on that. I want to know how GB feels about that, but we'll get to that. I had said you should be embarrassed about something just before the show started, and this is what it's about. No one's ever lost.
Jumping right into it, huh?
No one's ever lost a bet to Hoss, but you. He is like.
I've only made bets with you.
No, you lost to ABBA.
Oh, I did lose to ABBA. That's correct.
Yeah.
It was the Steeler game, huh?
I think so. Yeah.
You know, some people, they
Some
keep them
people.
around because they're glue guys. They keep people together. So if Hoss just kept losing bets, we might not see him ever again. We gotta reel him back in. Let him know it's gonna be okay.
So I had a argument with him. We'll get to that part later. But so I said, "You're 99-0 now," and and he thinks he won that argument with me, which he wants to defend. But the argument itself is what I want to talk about because he's so wrong about it. He's been wrong. He wakes up being wrong. Do you know what I mean? Which is, it's got to suck. Knowing every day you wake up and you know the legend's going to be right about everything and I'm going to be wrong about every single thing that comes out of my mouth. That's got to be horrifyingly terrible for
That's
you.
why I don't talk to you very much.
That's right. That's right. It's a good plan. Corrections, feedback, or anything like that? Description. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Succa Teneko. Can we add another one? And I'm going to tell you about it in a second. Succa Teneko Vax. I hate them. Their customer service people can suck on it. Android phones. I'm about to smash my father's Android phone. But then if I get him an iPhone, and then that reliving the horror of teaching him that, I think is going to be brutal for me.
There's a lot of AI on the iPhone. I think it could run itself.
You think so?
Yeah, you just put it in his hand, he'll do all for him.
God, that'd be great if I can put a chip in his head and then just have him just think of something and it just works.
And I'm pretty sure there's technology on the iPhone where you can use your eyes
Yeah.
and look
Really?
around, and operate
Okay.
it without
All right.
even using your finger.
Why can't they do something in his brain? Just attach something to his
Yeah.
brain.
Elon's on it.
That's right. Suck a Jersey Mike's. Who hasn't had a Jersey Mike here? Other than the youngest.
You've never had a Jersey Mike?
Really?
Now, am I wrong that the sandwiches are pretty good, but their pricing system suck it?
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. Or I am wrong.
No.
I've never had complaints about the pricing, but I've never added avocado. So that's
That's true. That is true.
that's a gator.
The Suck It, the Beatles pop band, not a rock band. The next two is yours, and then we're going to go to a new one.
Yeah, Suck It Fox Rent-A-Car, great prices, shit people.
Did you see
Fox
this the other
Rent-A-Car.
day?
I saw a headline about this.
That thing could have come at him
I'm all
instead of
about it.
going
I'm
the
all
other
about
way.
it.
Nah.
And then,
Assert
and
the
then,
dominance.
and then he charges after the
Yes,
gator.
yes. Get
Look at-
out of here.
That's a man right there.
You bum.
You're playing the wrong sport.
That is a dude.
It's coming back for
Look
revenge.
at that. He's called family also. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're
So
Suck It.
meet you on the 18th green. Suck It Ohio State. Yeah, still can't beat Michigan.
Okay. So you're
I think we beat them in women's chess the other day.
you're dominating.
Just railroaded
You
them.
are dominating. Yeah. You own them. Yeah. So your sister and roommate, I told you, gave me a Christmas gift.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a what do you call that? A gift card for
Gift card to a nail salon.
what is it? What is that restaurant? Heirloom? Is it Heirloom?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Sure.
Right.
There is a restaurant named that, yeah, if
Okay.
that's what you're
So
thinking.
that's where. So I finally used it the other day with the wife. We said,
Yeah.
let's go just have some lunch.
First time you've been?
No, second
Oh,
time.
okay.
After the first time, I said I'll never come back.
Why not?
I'm gonna get to it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
So
allow it.
thank you. So number one, there is a line out the freaking door for food that is so subpar.
It's overrated.
Thank you.
Wow.
So subpar. When I ordered what I thought was going to be pretty good, she ordered a salmon deal. We looked at each other and we said, "This is horrible." Both of our meals, unedible.
Wow.
Yeah, unedible. So
Hey, youngest, you didn't shave.
don't get me going on that right now. Huh? What's the matter with you? Why are you distracting me?
How long is that? How long are you working on that? Solid month?
I don't know.
Gotta be longer.
So the thing I can't stand about it is a cafeteria style. Hate it. Hate that thing. It's not a restaurant. That's a cafeteria.
As in the seating.
Seating, the openness to it. You got to go through a line to order. Jesus Christ, I'm going out to lunch or dinner. Somebody should come to me and go, "What would you like?" You know, I mean, it's like, I mean, what am I at, Sizzlers here? For God's sakes. I mean, so that pisses me off. So I walk in with her after about 9 hours of standing in line for the worst food in the world. And then we get in. I said, look, I'm just going to go to a table. She goes, okay. So I go to a table. About 5 minutes later, a dude walks up and he says, are you waiting for? I said, well, my wife's in line. She goes, oh, well, you can't sit. I said, I can't sit. No, we bring you to a table. I said, so what the hell do you want me to do? I'm not standing in line. Now I'm getting pissed, right?
Man.
And I'm ready to go burn scorch earth here. You know what I mean? So I said, dude, I don't want to stand. This is absurd. I've already stood in line out there like a moron for this freaking place. He goes, well, we can't have you because these tables are assigned when we bring. I said, okay, what do you want me to do then? He goes, well, there's chairs at the front door. You know, you can sit there. I said, you mean where all these people are ordering? You want me to do it over there? You know? So that pissed me off. The food sucks.
Wow.
The second time I've gone, and I said to the wife, I said, I'm going to drop a hint to Bench's sister. You want to do this next year? Don't do that. Do Burger King instead. Okay? I'd enjoy it more than this crap that
I'll pass
had
that
to endure.
along.
Yeah.
I'll say he really enjoyed it.
No. Opposite of that. Yeah. You like the food?
I do from the times I've been, but I guess I don't know what you've ordered, what I've ordered. They have like a tempura shrimp and fried rice, which I think is really good.
I don't think you can screw that up. So I agree with you. That's pretty good.
And then they have another one that's like a steak with that shrimp, like a surf and turf thing.
Okay. I don't trust the steak in that place.
Oh, I thought it was good.
Okay.
It was cooked medium, how I wanted
Okay.
it. So
not tough? No.
Like,
Okay.
So
See,
that's the thing.
That's what I got last time, and
Yeah.
it was terrible.
Really?
It was like chewing on beef jerky.
That's what I'm talking about. How about you,
Well,
Hoss? Have you been?
No,
Don't go.
I won't.
Do not go.
You made it clear that I shouldn't go.
No. I am telling you, number one, to stand in line like
I mean,
that.
it depends on the time of day you go.
Okay, so you say that.
If you
So hold on.
enjoy
Hold
a
on.
2:30 lunch,
So hold on.
it
You
might
say
not be
that.
bad.
We were there at 11:30
Yeah.
on a Saturday.
What do you expect?
Okay, so then we were at what is that shopping store in that same plaza that everybody goes to?
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. We were there shopping one day after we left, I think, the eldest house, and she says, why don't we go to Heirloom? Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I said, yeah, you know what? Okay. You know, so we start going towards the car and we look. There's a freaking line. This is at 6:30 in the
PM?
evening.
That's dinner time.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter what time you're going to be there. So the wife asked what time they open. They open at 11, and the person told her, you have to start getting in line around 10:15.
Nah. Maybe a while back.
Not worth it. No.
That's
What do you mean not a while back? The guy said it to her that day. We were there last week.
No.
So the guy's a liar.
Yes.
Even though I witnessed this line.
He lied to you about that table thing. I mean,
They didn't lie to me about
can
the
you trust
table
them?
thing. This is their stupid rule. I mean, my God, this is like an overly priced Sizzlers, like I said. This is insane. I hate it. So suck it list for them from now on.
Wow.
I'm going to make it my mission
That's tough.
for nobody to ever go there and eat. And I want that place to be vacant for 50 years.
Disavow. I support local business.
Oh, I do also. Not that one.
It might have the opposite effect because like Tenneco has done really well since it.
That's
so.
true.
If you ask CGOC,
You're on
Oh,
a,
boy.
you're towing the line right there.
CGOC's next investment opportunity. He's going to open an Heirloom.
CGOC has quit work because of all the money he's made on a stock from Tenneco. Yeah. What kind of vacuum do you have?
I have no idea.
Excellent. GB?
Shark.
Shark.
Okay, so
a
that's
good
the
one.
second one because
We have a
the
Shark
manager.
also.
I have one also, but it's a
Yeah.
cordless. I
Oh.
mean, that one's a cordless too, but it's a different.
I needed
type.
like the heavy duty one for carpet to get pet hair. And stuff.
That's our. What do you call that? Dyson. Yeah, that's our Dyson dealio.
It's the one my wife wanted. I said, not for that price.
That Dyson Animal, it's
Yeah.
called the Dyson Animal. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
Not
kidding.
for that price.
I'm not kidding. It actually, if they did not put your carpet down well, it'll pull it up.
Yeah.
It's that,
That's how I feel about our
it's that-
Shark one.
It's that good.
Yeah. Our Shark one's got so much suction that it almost doesn't move on the, like,
Okay, but you have it on the lowest setting. I mean, like the
Yes.
yeah, that's why. Just maybe bumping up one.
oh no, I'm
Oh,
talking
no, I'm
about the
talking about
suction
no,
level.
I'm talking about how you can bring down or up, raise it for hardwood or
That's not a thing. No.
it is.
No.
It is a thing.
Not on this one.
Sorry, it is. You be wrong.
Not on my $99 Shark.
That's all it was?
Yeah, on sale. It's great price.
No kidding.
Not a $400 Dyson.
Oh yeah. Ours,
Yeah.
That was our second Dyson. I
Told my
smashed
wife
the
to
other
take
one.
a hike on that one.
Yeah.
No shot.
How long ago did you tell her to take a hike?
I said, "Oh, you're working right now? I forgot."
Oh, so this is recent then. Oh, okay. Yeah, because if this was like a year ago, she would have got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that you're barely surviving, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Our top 5. You guys got top 5? Top 5 smells.
Yeah.
This will be interesting.
They said that was all kinds of weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got a good list.
who's got story time? Because there's a story time involved in this top 5
Are
also.
there dogs downstairs?
There. My daughter is living here right now because her house is being painted and she cannot stand the smell. So her dog is here. She's here. She has literally taken over this house. I forgot how powerful my daughter is in getting her way in everything. It is I have my penis has been cut off yet again.
Wow.
Yes. My balls are in a jar and I have no say in anything.
She must have read Art of the Deal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my God. It's unbelievable. Story time for you?
No.
Story time for you, GB?
Nope.
Story time?
2-0. That's all I'm going to say.
Nothing else?
2-0. Move to 3-0 tonight. Fingers crossed. No, I mean, we've won.
Like good games
We've
or
won.
you've
okay,
dominated?
We've won 3 in a row. The first one was a scrimmage,
Doesn't count.
but it was against a bigger school. So
Okay.
like a D3, we're a D5. So that was big, just in the sense of we can
Who was it?
we can compete at that level. Mount Whitney.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I remember.
Um,
yeah.
So then our home opener was Wednesday against Fresno Christian, who
Mhm.
beat us last year. They have a decent team. Like, they're not bad by any means. The story there was that we started off a little bit slow. By about the 4th inning, we're up 5-3, though. And then I don't think anyone scores in the 5th inning. It's starting to get dark because the coach at the other school decided not to start at 3, wanted to start at 3:30. Well, it gets dark. We don't have lights.
Yeah.
And like, we're not going to be able to play all 7.
Yeah.
So
Well, do you think it was a strategy? To
I
the
think
game?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he might have been thinking that for them, like, oh, we'll be ahead and
Yeah.
we won't have to burn pitching because
Right.
well, now it was flipped, and we were up, and for some reason, the umpire thought, oh yeah, we can start the 6th inning. Well, we start the 6th inning. It's already kind of getting dark. They score 3 runs in the top of the 6th. By the time their half inning ends, it's like can't play. So then the umpire calls ball game. Well, then it reverts to the last inning. We get the win. It felt terrible.
Did you
It
say?
felt
Did you say
terrible.
suck it?
Take the win.
No, but the
Hold on one
a
second.
parent for the other school was yelling Bush League, and I was like,
Hold on one second.
bro,
He's got to get to work, so I got to get him out of here. What do you got?
Well, it's from work today, barbecue day, just so letting you know,
Oh,
and any
okay.
listeners out there, and letting any listeners out there if they want to go.
Thank you.
could
Thanks
you have
for
it
coming.
delivered here by 10?
Yes.
No, okay.
Um,
So yeah,
but
our,
I think
our
he was
coach
being,
went up to the umpire before the 6th and says, "You really want to start this right now because you know we're not going to be able to finish it."
Yeah.
Like, there was only one way where it ended in a good way, and that was if the other team went 1, 2, 3, and the inning was over, and then we call ball game, and like the result wouldn't have changed. But like you knew if they're gonna score, it's gonna be a long inning.
Yeah.
Then you're not gonna be able to finish it.
But
and,
I'm going to ask you again. Do you truly believe that other coach had ulterior motives to start it later? Because it sounds Bush on their part, not on your. You can
I
yell
can't
at
see any other reason that
Yeah.
you would want to like.
Yeah, so
we
that's
played
why
the game yesterday. Started at 3.
That's
Like,
why I would say to that coach
Yeah.
and to that fan,
on you.
suck it.
Yeah,
That's on you guys.
exactly.
Yeah.
At least that was the story I was told, was that we proposed 3 and the
Yeah.
guy pushed back and said 3:30. So it's like, all right.
All right. I
We're
mean,
only going to get through.
obviously-
We're only going to get through 5. just so
Obviously, you don't
know.
understand
Yeah,
how the sun works.
yeah. We don't have lights.
Yeah.
We made that
Yeah,
clear. But
moron.
anyways,
Bush. So
Yeah.
2 story times. Yesterday, went out to dinner. It was the youngest his 20th birthday. No
Wow.
longer teen.
happy birthday.
I don't have any more teens. It's phenomenal. It's unbelievable. So we went out to dinner and
His choice.
dinner?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Where'd he pick?
Crack pepper.
Wow.
Yeah. So we go, and all of a sudden the texting and stuff about the top 5 is occurring, and between you and I, but these guys had sent it earlier, and you finally responded because of the. I'm assuming, was that game yesterday or was that practice yesterday?
What's that?
Did you have practice yesterday or a game yesterday?
Game.
Okay, so you responded after the game, and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure out a top 5, and I thought we had a list. You had a list, so
They're just
okay. So I'm like, what the hell? So a busboy comes and he's filling up some water. I said, let me ask you a question. Seriously, that's what I did. Because I had asked the wife and the youngest, do you guys have any suggestions for top 5 show tomorrow? And they're coming up with stuff, not terrible, but not something that was good. And some of them that I think we had already done. So here comes this busboy, 2 earrings.
Nice.
Totally cool dude. You know, he is just dripping of coolness, right? So I look at him, I go, let me ask you a question.
That's what the kids call it, drip.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I said, let me ask you a question. He goes, what? I said, let me ask you a question.
You were tatted?
And he says, yeah. I said, a top 5 you would have with your buddies. He goes, what? So apparently I'm going to have to repeat everything with
Not
you.
everybody has podcast. Legend, all right?
I'm going to have to repeat everything with you. So I said, if you were with your buddies, I need a top 5 of things that you guys would randomly say. These are. I said I'll give you an example, like top 5 restaurants that you'd like to go to. Top 5. You know. He goes, oh, okay. He says, my top 5 would be about running. I said, what? I said, what? And he says, well, I'm a former runner or a current runner. I forgot, like maybe in college or high school, whatever. And I said, that's stupid. So no. And I said, come up with something better. He goes, well, I said, just go and come up with something better. I said, he goes, you know what? I'll ask the other guys also. And he comes back. And he had, I forget, I wish I remember what it was. I look at him and I said, you're not taking this seriously. He goes, I'm doing the best I can. So then he came back later and he had a pretty good one. Oh, career. Did I send that?
You did, yeah.
That was his top 5 career choices you'd like. And I think you said we had done something similar.
I think we did like top 5 dream jobs
right.
or something.
So, and I thought that was pretty good until you brought up that you thought we had done it. So, that being said, he was no help.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. I got the Wagyu burger. Because the last time we were there, I did not get it, and it's been killing me that I did not get that the last time. So this gal had 5 specials. 2 of them were unbelievably appealing as hell. The last one was a lula kebab type of deal, and a bunch of other stuff, you know, with it. And I'm looking at her, and I had the burger on my mind, and I'm like, Boy, I really like that Lula deal, right? And because the youngest picked the Wagyu burger because he was dying for this thing too. So this being said, I said to her, "Let me ask you this question now: which one would be more filling for a fat man like me? I'd like a more filling." She says, "Well, you know, because of the bread with the burger, you know." And I said, I really want that. She goes, "Well, you can't." I said, no. I said, "Don't confuse me right now with anything other than just get me the Wagyu burger." You know, I'm going to tell you something right now. I got naked after the first bite, and I sat there completely naked eating this freaking burger. It was arguably the greatest thing I've ever eaten in my life. And I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. It was so good that I started eating it slowly because it was going away too fast.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You didn't chew, it melted. I've never eaten anything like this in my life. It was naked worthy. You know, I had people kind of looking at me like, "Why am I naked?" I said, "The burger." They go, "We get it." You understand? So it was phenomenal. So I do 1,000% recommend that effing burger. And luckily for us, it was on the menu yesterday because I guess it's not always on the menu, which is horrifying to hear. If you go a day and it's not on the menu, you want to literally kill everybody there.
Wow.
Yeah. Murder for a Wagyu burger.
Wow.
Second story time, I'm going to go pro.
Oh.
Played yesterday, shot a 77. Now, this is from the whites, mind you, not from the tips.
Oh, anybody does it from the
That's
whites,
right,
yeah.
everybody. What was crushing, I had a tap-in birdie on 18, and I missed.
It's a tap-in. Why do we take that? Why do we?
Because
we pick it up.
No, you're
we
scoring.
say good. We look around. We say good.
I didn't say good. I didn't say good. So
Yeah.
I could not believe I missed it. When I say tap in, I hit the drive in the bunker. Not a great drive. I mean, I crushed it, but
Right side.
right side.
Yeah.
Okay. 6 iron out of it, put it about 60 yards out.
Wow.
I was playing a number,
Yeah.
you know, then literally stuff it. I mean, just stuffed it. And I'm walking up going, I go 76. This could be great. I'm walking away with a 76. I may get naked. So luckily for the course, I missed the putt. And I didn't get naked.
Man. It's tough.
It is. But I'm going to go pro.
Everyone shoots 77. No one shoots 76. So
That's what I'm saying.
that was the separator.
That's right.
Yeah.
The naked part there was the one stroke.
Yeah.
How do you miss? I'm talking a gimme.
Yeah, you should have gotten down, done the old pool cue shot to finish it off.
You know what? I guarantee you this. If I because I'm not spending any time on my putting. I'm not. So I just walked up and I said, it's a tap in, right? It's a gimme, just tap in. And I missed it on the left side. Never even looked at it. Nothing. I just walked, boom. And then I deserve to have missed it, right? You know, but I don't spend any time on my putting. And when I start.
It's funny. When I picture you playing golf, I picture Kevin Costner from Tin Cup. That's the attitude I would think you would have.
No.
Is that a movie?
Tin Cup? You've never seen Tin Cup?
Never seen Tin Cup?
Never heard of it.
What's it called?
Tin Cup.
Tin.
Oh man.
Are you being serious right now?
one
I think I'm being trolled.
One of the best golf movies.
I did not even know this movie
Oh
existed
my
until
God.
You gotta watch
But
it.
that picture right there does not tell me this is going to be.
No,
You
that
gotta-
part.
You gotta
no,
watch
no,
it.
no.
You
That-
gotta watch
that's
it.
not a golf.
No,
movie
that
right there.
part of the movie, that whole thing with
Rene
Rene
Russo.
Russo
Yeah.
was unnecessary. But Don Johnson was the other, like the villain in it, if you will. And it is a spectacular, like if you're a golfer, you would completely understand what Costner's character is doing. And the trolling by Don Johnson's
Yeah.
character. There's this unbelievable scene.
I know what
Unbelievable
you're
scene.
talking about.
Who can hit a ball
Yep.
further with a 7-iron, I believe? Right?
Yep.
And the got you moment by Don Johnson was spectacular.
Wasn't it for his car?
It could have been.
I think it was
could
for his
have been.
car.
Yeah. But it is an absolute must watch.
Yeah.
It's a great sports movie. It really is.
Even if you don't like golf, after you watch this, you would like. Damn,
How do you
that's
have a
good
villain in a golf movie? That does not make any sense at all.
Shooter McGavin.
Yeah, Shooter McGavin was a villain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not on any
Antagonist.
streaming
How about
service.
antagonist? How about antagonist?
I'll accept that.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really is a good
You'll like this
movie. Yeah, especially, as a golfer, you've played, you understand. You'll understand.
You just can't watch it anywhere.
That's crazy.
I'm not going to rent it.
No, you don't want to rent it. That used to be on TBS like every other day. So now it's not on anymore. That's crazy.
I guess we'll never know.
Oh, we'll know.
We know. Yeah,
we know.
You gotta watch it.
One
Just
other
spend
thing
the
I forgot to
$3.99.
mention on story time. So the team we played yesterday, small school, middle of nowhere, kind of one of those games you schedule to get people reps, which, it's part of baseball. But one thing I want to bring up for any other coaches out there listening or people that maybe don't understand how to respect the game of baseball. This team that we played yesterday, they played a game on Wednesday against another small town team. Carruthers is the team. And Carruthers beat them 30-0.
What?
Which I don't care what the situation is. That's like, you can't do that to a team that, historically not a successful program. I'm sure like getting numbers for them is a struggle, getting kids out there.
But they played well against you guys.
No, like
my buddy was the umpire for that game. He was pleading with the coach, like, "What are you guys doing?"
Now, were they running it up or were they going base to base?
No. It was
so they weren't doing the
because
respectful.
our coach talked to their coach when when they showed up, and he asked them like, "Hey, what happened?" Because when you see that, it's like you don't think like, "Oh man, this team dominated the team." You think, "Oh, that team was being an asshole the whole time," or whatever you want to call it. And so he said, "Oh no, it was 15-0, and he was sending them on pass balls, and they were going." And so we played this team. They only had 8 guys yesterday because they had 14 on Wednesday. 6 of them decided not to come out, and that's the damage that you do when you handle something like that.
Yeah.
And so like we beat them. We mercy ruled them, but it was. Once it got to about 6-7 runs in the second inning, it was like, all right, let's foot off the brakes. Next inning, all right, JV kids we called up all in the game. Like, that's how you handle that.
Yeah.
And you figure out a way to, like, still get people work at the same time respecting the other team and respecting the game. So that team lost last night, which made me happy.
My buddy was texting me. He goes, I told the coach for the team that was up, he goes, I don't give a shit. Everything's a strike. On your guys, everything's a strike.
Good.
See, that's good. Was the coach like trying to fight the other coach?
That's
what I was doing.
That's what I was just gonna say.
I'm going down that guy's throat.
He said he knew him and like was making comments about like, hey man, like read the room.
I wonder
That's
if
so
there's some
frustrating.
history though. I wonder if
I don't know.
something happened before and it's payback. But it's still the detriment of the kids, and you should never do that. Were you on my staff when I went after that guy at first base?
Yeah.
So we're playing this, and it's all about Bush. Remember the guy screaming about Bush?
Yeah.
And I don't like Bush stuff. I won't do it unless you are going to be a D word. Then I'm going to go ahead and do it because this is on you now. Well, this guy. I'm trying to provoke a fight with the head coach. That was at third base. And he won't bite. But this and we're at the first base dugout, right? This piece of poop at first base took it. Because I just wouldn't stop. Because I said at one point, I tell our team, while we're on the field, then these guys are doing this BS crap. And I said, don't worry. When they get to high school, that next pitch will be at that guy's head.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So now this guy won't even look at me at third because I'm staring right at him, right? Because he's the son of a... This dude at first base takes the bait, and he starts talking, and I charge right at him, and I push him down. Now the umpire, first base umpires there, gets in between. All of a sudden, you, Eldest, and DR get on me and take me, and I'm my entire thing was to kill the guy, but then as I got thrown out, of course, which I knew I would. So then I'm looking at the third base coach. I said, smart not to want some. Smart. And he won't look at me. He will not look at me. My intentions are to now charge him. The umpire, because I go through and I kick the bucket, if you remember. I was so angry. And the umpire looks and he goes, don't do it, coach. Now, I should have knocked that guy's head right off. But I'm going to see this umpire again. We may never get scheduled to play in any tournaments and stuff. So all this stuff's going in my head, and I'm saying, okay, I'm going to back off, right? But I did make my point, knocking this guy down. I mean, I wanted to kill him.
That was that team was like our rivals.
Yeah.
They were the big team in the area.
Here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the thing. They were a program.
Yeah.
We beat them earlier in the tournament and handled them easily, right? We get into the championship game. Not a single guy that we had faced prior was there. He just calls up. He just calls up an entire new team. Now we lost 5-3 against.
How long ago was this?
You're saying because of my memory?
No.
This was.
Is it like CBA? They around back then?
No. This was something. You know what?
No,
for
I don't think
some
they
reason,
were around yet. It was like Marlins.
I think it was Marlins. Yeah,
Fresno,
but they
Marlins,
had.
yeah.
They had.
No, I know. Yeah,
Okay.
I know about them.
So the guy
Like
at
10 years ago?
third base,
They have
the guy
like
at
4 teams in every age group.
Yep.
the guy at third base coaching was the guy that was in charge of their entire deal. So he came also. They did this Bush League thing, and actually remember we had prepared them that this is what they're going to do. But our first baseman went down. Then we had to move another guy to first base. He did not know how to cover this BS Bush crap that they were pulling. And because of that, 2 runs scored. It's a play that is not baseball.
Yeah.
It's a little league play, and you wouldn't do it.
I couldn't even remember what it was.
You do or don't?
Don't.
I don't. And then, by the way, you remember our center fielder gave up on the ball, and then I
think that's what lost us the game.
I was.
You killed him?
Almost. And by the way, I threw him off the team.
Jumped on him next.
Yeah.
Right. And then the stepdad comes up. I said, dude, it ain't right now to talk to me about this. Right. So he had a
You
meeting
saw what I did
with
that
me.
first base coach?
What's that?
You saw what I did that first base coach?
I think even Eldest told that dude at the first base coach, like, hey, man, you don't know who you're messing with.
That's what he said. He did say that. He says
That was great.
And then the great
watch
thing
it,
about
buddy.
Well, the great thing about it was, and I really did appreciate it, the first base umpire said, you guys are 100% wrong, and that's why you're getting this. He told them that.
I told the other team?
Yeah, the guy at first base coaching, he told them this is on you guys.
I even told my pitchers, like, hey, like if this was an older age game, you're hitting someone.
That's what I'm saying.
And the one kid was like, I'll hit someone. I was like, and he's like, what about behind them? I was like,
Yeah, but the thing is, it can't
Now you're
come
onto
from
something.
us.
yeah, I'm like, I like where your head's at.
It can't come from us, and I get that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like the Eldest, when he pitched for me, we had a special little thing. You know what I mean? I do remember one time I said, don't do it. And he goes, let me in. I said, don't do it. I said, no. I do remember that. But typically,
Then he put me in because I would hit him on accident.
Well, one of the greatest. Do you remember this? He pitches. He goes, and I put him in to do it. I put him in to hit somebody, but I can do that with my kid, right? So I go, yeah, like that, right? So he hits. The umpire starts running out. The kid goes down, right? The umpire, right? The elders goes. It got away from me. Do you remember that?
I was the catcher.
But his
and I knew it was going to happen.
But his hand was so high. It got away from me. And I'm dying, but I can't like express it. But I put my head down, I'm burying it, and I am laughing my rear end off. It was so funny. It got away from me because the umpire is just running out at him, right? And it was hysterical. But yeah, I am surprised, unless there's some history, that coach should have. I don't care if you know him or whatever. At one point, you go, hey, dude, another one, I'm taking my kids off the field.
Yeah.
You can go base to base, but you do this crap, I'm taking them off the field.
I think baseball players hold a grudge worse than anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
I believe that.
I've had an instance where we were playing in a game during season.
He just tapped his ball on a practice swing.
Oh, that's a stroke. That's a stroke.
Rookie move.
Man. And you see his last name, and you're like, look at, here it is.
Oh, stroke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dude.
Yeah. And how about if he loses by one stroke
He's
in
going
this
to
tournament?
fall on that sword like they do.
Let me ask you, why are you that close to it?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
He must have had his head up, I'm assuming.
His butt?
His head up?
His butt?
His butt?
He had his head up his butt. He had his
Oh,
head up.
oh.
God, for the love of.
Poor guy.
That's pretty
Coach, what is Coach saying?
He wanted to clarify when you were saying, like, was that intentional by the Fresno Christian coach? He said, yes, they did it to us last year. So,
Oh,
the,
interesting.
the changing the time thing?
yeah.
Okay, this guy's, he's
It's
a coward.
It's a different coach.
Oh,
but
it is?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the athletic director?
Oh, my God, that was for Eagle?
No.
Yes, it was.
No.
Yeah,
He
he
drove the
parred.
green?
So he parred.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't believe it.
He parred it. That was for Eagle,
I
too.
don't think they were keeping up with it.
Okay, whatever.
They didn't count that stroke.
All right.
You're wrong.
I'm never wrong.
Maybe there's an accident rule now. It's not a stroke.
No.
Didn't Zach Johnson do that on the
That's
tee one
only
time?
off the tee.
Oh,
It's
okay.
only off
All
the
right.
tee.
Only on the tee.
Yeah. It's not.
That is a rule, though, but only
Off
on
the
the tee.
tee.
Okay.
Or on the tee.
What's the difference?
Green tea.
Nah. They're both
Green tea.
they're both the same color.
Wow. Yes. Yeah, that sucks. 30, that is that.
And then another team, I think a day later, two different schools, I saw it 28-0. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those things growing up, like you learn that when you played against or you were that inferior team. Like it happens. There's better teams, like you're not always going to be evenly matched, but like how do you handle that situation? And
So
it happened to me a couple years ago when I was on JV with the guy that I went to high school with.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. And I was making comments to him and was close to throwing down.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, what kind of comments? Because my comment would be walking up right to his face and say, no, and I'm serious. I said, listen, you don't go base to base from this point on.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk right over and knock your head right off. I
Yeah.
said, you keep embarrassing my kids, I'm going to take your head off in front of your kids, and I'm
Yeah.
going to embarrass you. So I said, you handle it the way you want, but understand what's going to happen. I remember I ran up in a championship game the score. And I did it for a reason, because the coach on the other team, we've talked about him
BS?
before. Yes.
Talk about BS?
Yes. We're talking about BS.
What a good guy.
And I'm on crutches. I just had surgery, and I don't coach third base, right? And I coach third base. and there's a picture of me with one crutch down, the other one in the air. And I'm like this,
Waving a kid around.
wave a kid.
Nice.
And I was doing it. My right shoulder was on fire because I just kept sending kids. That's what I was doing. But it was done on purpose because of what a piece of crap you are.
Had he done it to you?
No, but you understand who he is.
Oh,
though.
well, yeah. 100%.
Okay. Yeah, and for that reason, you shall pay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you paid.
Wow.
Yeah. Other than that, I would never do it. I wouldn't do it unless there was some underlying reason why now I am doing this to you because you are a bad person.
The only team or coach that I'd like to do that to personally was Edison.
Oof.
I hated Edison, and our coach, he would run it up on them every time.
Okay.
That was
Now, because they were dirty?
Seems a little bit racist. But
no, their coach.
Seems a
I
lot
forget their
racist.
coach's name. Does anybody remember their?
Dude, that just retired a couple years ago.
I think so.
I can't. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He's been
He
there forever,
was.
but
He was the worst.
Like what, dirty or underhanded, bush?
A lot of all of the above.
Okay.
Like
Because if he's dirty as far as it could hurt my kids.
it started one game because they were beating us, and I didn't pitch that game.
Because they wouldn't be beating you.
Yeah, they wouldn't have beaten us.
That's right.
that guy.
So
yes,
they
rolled.
Yeah.
Yes, him. They were beating us, and I come up to bat. It's the 7th inning. We're down 6-2, something bad. The pitcher, first pitch, puts one right in my ribs. And I look over at Roll, and Roll, he knew he was going to do it, and my coach is livid. He is losing his mind. And from that point on, every time we played Edison, it was put as much on him as we can and just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
They won't gain.
I think his thing was he just allowed the team to do whatever they wanted to do, and that was very frustrating. When
Oh
you're on
wait,
the
so
other
the
end of it.
kids were dirty too.
It was both, but like as a coach, like you're controlling that. Like that's
No,
your
I understand.
environment,
No, I agree with
atmosphere.
that. But the reason why I'm saying it, if the kids are D words also, because what I was gonna say is, if that coach is standing, and he is where the dugout is, and I'm on the mound, and I go to turn, I let one go right against the gating there, and I'm not kidding. And I'm not kidding. I'm being totally serious at this. I would have the eldest do that. I swear to you, I would.
Throw into the dugout?
Throw right at him.
Nice.
Yes. And because if it's not the kids that are bad and the coach is bad, then I don't want to hit a kid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to hit a kid. If the kid's
But you
not
will.
bad.
I think it's that point I'm down.
Yeah, but I don't want to, but I will.
Sometimes you got to do it. So, I mean, because that guy's got to get a message. Do you remember we were out of town and the coach for the other team was talking crap to you guys? I was sitting outside doing the sheets because they only allowed 3 coaches in.
Yeah.
But there was a situation at second base. Some kid got hurt for the other team, and that guy thought,
We did it on purpose.
yeah. Right? And then he starts yelling at you guys, I don't know this. Well, then all of a sudden I just kind of lean towards the fence and I open up that gate and I just charge right at the guy. And then I told you guys I get him against the fence. I said, don't you ever talk to my guys like that. He goes, yeah. I said, I don't give a crap. Okay, you got anything, it's with me. You come at me, right? So after that, we beat him. And I didn't know there was a history with the kids on our team because remember that was early on.
Oh yeah.
These guys used to coach him or son. They hated him and this and that. And so he comes up to me during the handshake and because I said to him, I'm going to talk to you later. He goes, hey, coach, we'll say. I go, no. And I grab his hand and I pull him in. I go, dude, we're done when I tell you we're done. I said, I'm going to tell you this. You ever freaking talk to my guys like that again, I'll drop you in front of everybody. I said, again, I'm the head coach. You come at me. You don't come at my guys, but that's my point. Like you gotta bring down a coach. You gotta tear down a coach. And because the kids are a reflection of what the coach is allowing. You cut that effing snake's head off, it's over.
Yeah.
I've never heard so much fighting stories from 12U baseball.
It was interesting. I learned a lot. It was fun.
It's wild.
And we were our younger coaches at that time, so we're chirping, but we didn't,
I don't know how the hell I ever didn't run into you along the way coaching.
I don't know. But I will tell you this. He played for me and he coached with me. I was fiercely loyal and protective of my guys. Just fiercely loyal. And I would never let anything happen to them. But they were young. Yeah, they were young.
I learned a lot about that side of the coaching just from watching and as a player, and then got the more of an inside scoop as a coach, which is great because that's at that time I was really pursuing coaching and thought that was gonna be my career. That didn't happen.
So I mean, I don't know if you learned good stuff from me or bad stuff.
It was fun. But it depends on who you talk to.
Summer ball coaches for me were always dads who didn't really have to do much because all the players were that good already.
See,
they didn't coach us at all.
He will tell you one of the teams that he first coached with me on, we had 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. Only 2 9th graders. We played against everybody that was older. So in the beginning, we were getting our tails handed to us. Remember that tournament in Hanford, I think? We just got, and then the guy that hired me, he says, well, because I told him, you don't want to do this right now. I flat out told him, because, well, we want to get in a tournament. I said, you do not want to do this right now. These guys aren't ready. They're not. They don't know how to play yet. And he goes, but they're doing so well in practice. I said, dude, you don't understand. So we go over there and we get rocked. So you have minimum of 3 games, right? We get just dusted.
It was brutal.
So he comes up to me and he says, do you want to say something to parents? I said, what the hell do you want me to say to them?
Why don't you tell them?
I said,
it was my idea to be here.
No. Listen, I said, I said to him, what the hell do you want me to tell him? I said, I'll say something. I said, but this is on you. Understand this. This is on you. You did not listen to me. These guys were not ready. So I walk out there and all these parents are looking at me and you can see they're all hanging their heads. And I look at them. I said, I couldn't be more proud of these guys. And they lift their heads up. They're like, well, it was like 31-0, actually -10. They took 10 runs away from us, right? And I said, they busted their butts against far superior competition that we will see again. And by the way, that was the team that Marlins.
Yeah,
that was the team.
We had the kids that got cut.
Yes,
they were almost like the rejects.
That's right, and we took them. We didn't care.
And then a bunch of them ended up going on that Team USA team.
That's right,
because they were told never to try out for it again.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So these guys, the coaches, I just came for the ride. These guys made them into unbelievable players. Teams that were crushing us, we were beating after. And it was unbelievably impressive. But I remember walking out to go, I said, I couldn't be more proud of these guys. So hard. They work so hard. And these parents are looking at me. I said, I told every one of you, we're not ready for this. And this is what happens when you're not ready. I said, trust in the process. And I guarantee you, we will beat these teams. And we did. You know what I mean? So, but it was an eye-opener. But the guy comes in, do you want to say something to the parents? Yeah, I want to tell him you're a fool. I want to tell him that you are a fool and the parents are fools.
The guys from the Team USA around that time? I'm just trying to picture who these coaches are, because you guys know, and I don't know who they are. Like the guy that you had the problem with. Mm-hmm. I have somebody in mind, but I'm not sure if it's him, and I don't know if I should.
No. This guy's just the dad.
Okay.
That was coaching. He's irrelevant in the game of baseball.
Okay.
He's a wealthy guy. He tried to elevate his kid.
Talking about BS?
Yes. Want to elevate his kid, and he did everything he could.
He was just a cock. Just a real cock of a person. Just a chode. A real chode. He was terrible. He was awful.
Everything he's saying, I echo.
The worst part is, some of my buddies played on that team. And they were like,
yeah,
he's such a nice guy.
The accountant,
Golden Child.
Yeah.
And, they all loved him. And every time I saw him, I was like, you guys play for that chode.
Yeah.
The guy, he doesn't know a lick about baseball.
Nothing.
He is a money bag that, he just spoiled the kids, took them to the nice tournaments, did
Yeah.
all that shit, and it was
You know, bought everything or what have you. But
that like I never even wanted to go attempt to play for that
Yeah.
guy, and I was like, that's why I ended up going to him. Was like, I don't even want to,
Deal with
even if
that
my
shit.
buddies are there,
Yeah.
don't even want to.
I'll give you an example of what kind of person he is. So I got nominated to coach the All-Star team at very young level. They were like, what?
I wasn't even there. That was Babe Ruth.
Yeah, Babe Ruth,
was
right?
a-
So I don't know, with 10, 11, 12
Yeah,
year olds, whatever it was, right? So I got nominated. At that time, they did an A and a B. So we're in the coast. What is that coast they all go play at? There's a tournament.
The West Coast.
No, what is the coast? Like the coast here.
Nailed it.
They go.
Monterey.
I know it's not Monterey, but
Central Coast.
so we go and play this. Well, they also went because again, there's an A and a B. We were the A and they were a B. He gets sick. That guy, the BS guy he's talking about, he gets sick. He hands the book over to the assistant coaches. Everything is blank for the 6 innings, except for his son.
That's so great.
Awesome.
He filled in that his son will be playing this position in the first 2 innings, this position in the next 2 innings after that, and then whatever it was. And then they showed me that after. They said, so that you really get to realize who this guy is. I'm going to tell this story, which I don't know if you know this story. So the next year, I get nominated again for All-Star Coach.
There was only
Okay.
2 coaches in the league. Don't let him talk. to
I was the only coach in the league,
Yeah,
and
don't
I
let
got
him talk it
nominated.
out.
I got nominated again. So here I am getting nominated again. This guy's having a hissy fit about it, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring in guys, former baseball players, to come in during the All-Star selection, and they'll evaluate these kids, and they'll pick it. Well, the league gets word of it, and they said, you can't do that. I said, well, this way there won't be parental interference on
Yeah.
because these guys don't know Jimmy and Joey and whatever, right? They'll go, that's a player.
Yeah.
Nah, would not. Okay. And I thought that's a great idea, right? Do you remember Met played for the Mets?
Oh yeah, yeah. Huh?
He was one of the guys. I mean,
Yeah.
you remember legit
He had an absolute cannon. Yes.
cannon.
Yeah.
You think you threw? This dude threw about 97. It was,
It was yeah.
and it exploded, right? So I said, get him and a couple other guys that I know that played college ball and this and that. So they said no. Okay, I said, then I am not going to select. You guys select and hand me the thing. His kid doesn't get picked on it. That guy's kid. Well, I get a stolen memo during a meeting. He convinced these 2 mothers to contact the head of Babe Ruth organization. Yes, not locally here. The chart, like the headquarters, if you will. Did you ever hear this story?
No.
That said I was abusive to kids, swore at them, and this and that. So
Bet
he's
you're not helping.
so he's saying
I'm not saying he did it, but you could see it.
so I get witness. Now we're supposed to have a meeting. You remember Mike Remy? He coached with
It rings a bell.
your father-in-law
Oh yeah.
and their
yeah. Okay, yeah.
championship.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So great friend of mine. At the time, didn't know him. Okay. I just knew him, but I didn't know him. So there's a meeting at that pizza place, Dene, is it Dene or something like that? Maybe around Champlain.
Vinci's?
No. So that's where they did all their meetings and what have you. I'm gonna kill him
He's
pretty soon.
trolling you so bad.
That was a pizza place.
I'm gonna kill him pretty soon. So so
Me
listen.
and Ed. Little
So I
Caesars.
walk in
Pizza
there,
Factory.
my
Pizza
assistant
Factory.
coach, I tell him I'm coming in there, I'm going to start a fight, and then I'm going to resign from the All-Star coaching thing, but I'm going to start this fight.
Really
right?
not helping out the abusive claims. That's all I'm saying.
So we're all sitting there, and then like the president of the league is about to, and I said, before you guys start, I stand up, and BS is there. He's sitting there, right? And I said, and I stood up, and I had that paper, and I hold it up. Now, one of the guys sitting next to him gave me the paper.
Nice.
So I hold this up, and I said, how dare you, you mother effer. Now, mind you, there are families that are having dinner at this place, right? And I think the three of you know me. I'm pissed right now. I don't care if I'm in church. I don't care where I'm at. I am going to go nuts. I said, you mother effer, how dare you? For All-Stars? You were going to attack my character? You piece of shit. I said, I am going to knock your effing head off. I said, you fat. Right? Because you remember how big he is, right?
He's a chode.
Yeah. And I said, I said, I resign. I will have nothing to do with you. How dare you over All-Stars for 12-year-olds to attack me like this? That now I'm an abuser and this and that. I said, I resign. I quit. Don't call me. I have nothing to do with you folks. And I walk out. And apparently after I walk out, fist fights started because the guys that sit next to each other, he turns to him and says, you gave him that, blah, blah, blah. So they start throwing haymakers. So I get a call from the president later that night. I said, I'm not talking to you right now. I said, you want to talk to me tomorrow? I'll talk to you tomorrow. So I talked to him the next day. And they convinced me to come back. I said, I don't want him anywhere near anything. His kid's not even was selected. But I don't want him anywhere near it because I will walk. One of the mothers that summer, I coached Bear. That year, I coached Bear. I had selected him, and I walked up to the parents. I said, I know you guys hate my guts. I know you guys think I'm this evil person. I will not select him if you don't want me. Well, they're like, They fell in love with me. Love the kid.
Oh, yeah.
Love him. He got so much out of it, right? The mother calls me up one night after, and she says, can I talk to you? And I said, yeah, everything all right? You guys all right? And she goes, yeah. She confessed the entire thing about what BS did. Took them out to breakfasts and this and that and coerced them into writing these things. And I said, did you ever see me do any of that stuff? That she says, never once, but he told us that you did it. Do you know who the other mother was? He lives in Alaska now.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. How about that?
Trying to ruin you over 12-year-old All-Stars?
Wild.
I mean, can you imagine? And by the way, he's saying all those things about that guy, 100% true, but 100% false if he's away from baseball. He is one of the most giving, generous people you'll ever come across. And I'm not kidding. The two faces of this guy is
very
staggering.
True.
It's staggering. He is a really good person if it doesn't involve trying to elevate his kid.
Yeah. That's the bad thing about baseball, even in the Valley. Like, it's turning it. A while back, it turned into not what you know, but who you know, and how much you were willing to donate.
Yeah.
And throw out there to get your kid
on
the field. You know.
Yeah. Clovis West.
I
Historically,
think all
for
of Clovis
that.
is like that.
I know, but I'm going personally. You can say that. I don't know it. I'm sure it is, but I'm telling you specifically at Clovis West.
Yeah.
The stuff that was given as donation to allow their kid to play.
Well, that's why my father-in-law got ran out because he was like, no, I'm not. You can do whatever you want, but it's not going to affect what takes place on the field. And they ran him out after winning a Valley championship. Their only one.
Yeah.
And they actually took down the Valley championship.
Haven't won since.
They took it down from like the banner.
Yeah.
I know the father that was instrumental in getting, and his kid was a player. His kid actually played AAA got a contract, played for the Marlins organization. He was legit. He played third and catcher.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
He coached me when I was at City.
Legit.
Yeah.
No, there's nothing. The guy was a player, but the father, who I like, just did not. And I actually coached with him. Just did not know how to step away and just let your son's talent do it, rather than constantly undermining coaches. And he had a massive problem. And after that, it was over. Your father-in-law was gone.
Yeah.
And you're right. They just won a Valley.
Did he have a younger brother?
Yeah. Yep.
Was
you know who I'm
a
talking
year
about.
younger than me.
Yes.
Okay, I put it together. Yeah.
Good for you. Look at
Yeah.
you. How about you? Can you do some math
Nothing,
over there?
Nothing gets past this
think
noggin.
I think I got some of the guys you're talking about. Not all of them.
That guy is making bank just giving lessons.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he
I
is.
mean beyond
He
bank.
is killing it.
Beyond bank.
He was a great coach. As far as they brought him in when I was in high school to coach catchers, and he taught me a lot about catching.
Dude, I heard
and
he breaks down a swing from the ground up and just is.
No, he is
amazing.
100% legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I'm
good.
I'm going to tell you, there's only a couple of people in the Valley that I thought were worth a hoot. The other one coached years ago at Memorial, former New York Yankee.
like you played
Just
played
like
with
me.
you. Yeah.
Just like me. First baseman, unfortunately, had to play under Mattingly, so never saw first.
Gardy.
No.
Oh.
No. These talking years ago. We're talking in the 80s.
Oh, DiMaggio.
Yes. Joe DiMaggio. But Pete DeLena.
Yeah. I was gonna say yeah.
Phenomenal.
His boy's a receiver at Fresno State.
Okay. Yeah, but he unbelievable coach. Just absolutely phenomenal. And the one we're talking about right there, great coach.
Yeah.
But also great in fixing you. Not just as a team, just you. Like you're saying, breaking down.
Yeah.
I got nothing but tremendous respect. But it is a cash cow of what he's doing.
I heard what he charges, and because some of the guys were recommending him to me for my son, and I was
It's a half hour.
I was like, what?
Yeah, it's a half
Charges
hour.
what?
Yeah.
Because he does pitching too.
Yeah.
So he
Half
does. He
hour.
double dips.
Yeah, half
Well,
hour.
he's hitting 3 because he does
Hitting.
catcher, pitcher, and
Yeah.
hitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Just
He never pitched.
I mean, I helped a buddy of mine was seeing him for pitching, and I went out and caught for him because I was curious. Like,
Yeah.
that was my thing. Like, I know the guy.
That'd be
He
like
knows
me
me.
charging people for pitching lessons.
Yeah,
Like, I never-
and the stuff he was putting out was really good. And I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, okay.
yeah, but
it
you're
checks out.
saying he never pitched, but you don't know if he pitched. You know what I mean? Like
I
he
get
may have
that.
settled.
And I do also get being
I-
a catcher, you're in that environment.
And that's
You
what I was
hear a
going to
lot of
say.
stuff.
And he has the mindset
Yeah.
to pick up on that stuff
Yeah,
and to
yeah.
see it.
No,
from
he's
it. Some
truly a
catchers are just
baseball.
like,
Yeah,
I sit here,
No.
I catch the ball, whatever.
right.
Yeah.
No, he's truly a baseball
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
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 I don't know who's doing too much of the pitching stuff around town. I haven't really seen.
I thought Jordan Brink was for a minute.
Yeah.
He was one of the former
God.
Fresno State guys.
Yeah, that's a name I haven't
think,
heard of.
Puzia?
Yeah. He was coaching at a
Buchanan.
but I don't know
Can't
if he is
stand that guy.
anymore. Yeah, I never liked him in high school either.
Where
that
is-
was just because he was
Where
there in
is
school.
Seth Miranda?
Miranda?
He's in town. I don't know.
Last I heard, he was coaching at West.
Yeah,
that's what I
right.
thought.
but I
Is
don't
he
know.
Still?
That
Okay.
was a few years ago. so
Now
I don't know.
that guy, when I first saw him as a kid at shortstop,
he was like the name. Like
He was.
No,
we
no,
were
no.
He
playing
was
them.
the-
It was like
he
they
was
have
the dude.
they
No,
have
no.
this kid.
No,
and I was like, oh
no,
shit.
no, that's true. But you remember we beat that Bears team? Do you remember that? You were on the team. We beat them at Buchanan in a game, and
Oh,
that's
yeah, yeah.
after they took our center fielder away because they threatened him. If you don't come to our team, your chances of you playing at Buchanan aren't very good. And he played outfield at Fresno State with Judge.
Well,
Yes. So they took him, and we ended up beating him. But when I watched that kid at shortstop the first time I saw him, I said, "Okay, now this is different.
Yeah.
this is as smooth as water just coming out of a faucet."
yeah.
And it was so effortless for him. Now his father was a former player. He played in the minors.
Didn't know that. Man, I
And
really got the shitty genes out of this
Your
area.
father, your father's really bad.
I should have just played golf. Was my
Did
problem.
you know the story of his dad? He was supposed, because he's a pitcher, I want to say, and he was warming up in the bullpen for his first major league
Hold
game.
on, I just saw. Do you see the last comment?
Vaha?
Yeah,
Great baseball segment today. We're getting a lot of it. This
It's
what
local baseball.
This
It's
was
local.
sports.
Yeah.
This is
All
what
right.
happens when there's nothing to talk about in sports. But go ahead. I'm so sorry.
So he's warming up in the bullpen, about ready to go out, and I think he gets onto the field, does his warm
This
up.
is the dad.
the dad.
Okay.
And his arm snaps right there. Bam.
I think I do remember
And
this.
then-
in the warm up.
in the warm up for his first major league outing,
Yeah.
arm snaps,
Oh.
done. Never got another chance.
Yeah.
Done.
The kid
That's
Seth
wild.
Mhm.
at that age, I don't know if he continued growing. He was tall as hell. His father was tall as hell.
Yeah.
He was always bigger than everyone.
And they're all really good people too, because his brothers were good players too. Because he
Yeah.
was the youngest, I want to say.
But here's the thing: you say that, right? And I totally agree with you, because you look at how that kid was at shortstop, like godlike. That's how effortless it was. You would think he would have this thing about him. The guy was humble as hell. He just went out and played. His father obviously taught him well, how to be a pro even at that age.
Yeah.
So it was impressive.
You doing what you do you know the brothers from Clovis High that are also in your same career path?
I think I know. Last name start with a P.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I played with the older one at state, and then the younger brother was my summer ball catcher. I love those.
So they just played in that PD Fire game.
Did they?
Yeah, and the one that caught was the one who caught me.
Yeah.
And he still has an
Dude,
absolute
cannon.
cannon. Yeah, it was crazy.
He would drop to his knees and throw darts.
He still
everywhere.
can.
I
He
was like,
still
oh
can.
my
It was
God.
crazy. Yeah. It was fun. They're good. Great players.
Do I know?
Probably not.
Okay. Because when I heard P, for a second I thought of the guy at West, and I was going to go, well, how dare you guys say he's a good person?
No, they're
No.
they're
Okay.
Clovis High.
Okay.
But the catcher brother was unreal.
Stud.
He's the one that actually played minor league ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was unreal. And the older played at state. He was the first baseman when I was there. He could smash.
MLB.
They're gonna hate this
That
episode.
that was the
That was about
longest opening
about
ever.
a 55-minute story time. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You know,
That is
CGOC is gonna
crazy.
be driving down the road pulling his hair
he's,
out.
He's going to drive off the road. I can't wait to
He
hear
can't
the
be that
comments.
mad.
He's gonna lay down in front
He
of that
got-
motorcycle that's going past his
Yeah,
house every night.
yeah. Did you guys take care of that?
No.
No.
He got a new investment today. He got heirloom. He's gonna be set. He could survive the pop a little bit.
All right.
I don't really have anything on MLB other than spring training's officially full swing. Nobody really follows the results or anything unless you're like super hardcore. But you guys you still got an argument to
I'm gonna let Haas bring it up,
Okay.
and I want GB to interact, and then I want to
Give you a rebuttal.
not give
I'll
my
mediate.
vote.
Yeah, I'll mediate.
What I'm going to do is just basically tell what the truth is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a truth teller. GB, you know that about
Yes.
me. Yeah, yeah.
So my text to him was, the strike zone thing is gonna, and I told him, I said, you're gonna disagree with me, but I think the strike zone thing is gonna make it to where pitchers are more susceptible to get. And this was the argument. It wasn't anything other than
Not
this.
true, but go
Pitchers are going to be more susceptible to getting hit by line drives. Because we've already had two this year. Bobby Miller took one off the face in the
Yeah, he
first day,
did.
and then the Padres pitcher took
He
one
took
off the
like
face.
he took it like a man though.
Oh, he did.
Yes.
I will
I thought it was
agree.
the Yankees guy.
But I told. I
Yes.
said, no, it was the Padres guy.
No, there was a Yankee guy.
Was it
too.
a Yankee
yeah,
guy?
Yeah. So 3 guys then.
Yankee might
Three
not have
then.
been hit in the head.
Jeez.
He might have been hit.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
But
It's only been a week.
I'm telling him. I'm telling him the strike zone thing is going to make it because
Are you referring to the automatic strike
Yes.
zone or the challenging
no,
part?
the automatic strike zone,
Okay,
because these hitters now, they're going to have this box in their head, and they're not going to go after anything outside of that box. If it's, and especially with fastballs, it makes a setup fastball worthless now. Because
Can I
of-
just interject real fast?
No, I'm mediating.
No, just real fast. So
No.
I like the box thing. I get what you're saying with
Yeah.
that. Okay, Haas, I understand it. As stupid as it sounds, I understand it. But isn't there movement on pitches? Just let me finish. Isn't there movement on pitches? So what looks like it's going to start
I tried Haas.
in the strike zone is going to move off, and the guy's going to have to swing at it, right?
That's possible. But what
Okay.
I'm saying is our argument wasn't about that. It was about the fact that it's making pitchers more susceptible to getting
I totally disagree.
Because these
pitchers
guys-
refuse to throw inside. You throw inside and you take care of all.
No,
Yes,
that's
they
not-
do.
that's not
They
the-
don't.
not
They
that
don't throw.
level.
They don't throw inside.
They're going up and in all day
They are
long.
not throwing
And
inside.
that's what I'm
That's why dudes are getting hit in the hand all
They're
the
not
time.
throwing inside.
Yeah, they
Sorry,
are.
they're not.
These guys are going to take a fastball now, no matter how hard you throw, and they're going to do what they've been taught their whole life. They're going to drive that fucking thing right back up the middle.
Really, you think these guys that all they worry about is launch angle and what
Yes.
have you are gonna hit the ball right back up the middle? No, they're trying to hit this thing over the fence. That's their only deal. That's all they think about. Nobody's
Not
going
all
up
of them.
there. The vast majority. Listen, ESPN has destroyed the game of baseball, which, by the way, they're not going to be covering after this year.
It's a good thing.
Yes, because everything is about exit velocity, launch angle, this and that. Nobody cares. Just like the
Paul
the-
Skeens likes to throw the ball inside here, if you can tell. He really enjoys that.
I had never
Inside
thought
fastball.
of the in that aspect.
Does he throw inside?
but
I
it's a
didn't
good.
see
It is a good argument.
Does he? Yes or no?
Right there.
Okay, so
Okay.
like I
It's that
said,
part of the plate.
my argument was that it was going to make pitchers more susceptible to getting hit on line drives back at them. This is what he said, and I quote,
This is a quote.
I didn't disagree with pitchers being more in line of balls back at them. Now, does that not sound like he agreed with what I was saying?
I didn't hear you. Have to repeat that. I'm
Listen.
salivating over Paul Skeens' little chart here.
This
What
is
a-
crazy.
But he's an outlier.
He's such a savage.
He is, but he's an outlier.
Gosh. All right. So who's a middle of the line pitcher we can look up?
Cole. Garrett Cole. As middle as you could get.
no, these at that level they're throwing inside.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
they're-
totally
they
disagree.
are.
throwing inside.
That's
they're
why I
throwing,
like-
it's going to make pitching in, pitching out, up and down. It's going to make it useless.
Yeah.
Cole likes the up and away
Huh?
fastball.
Once again, the
He
legend
loves,
be right.
He loves the inside
Once
cutter.
again,
He loves the
legend
inside
be
cutter
right.
Throw it
because
inside right there.
because it
Bam.
goes at the hip and then breaks over the
Yeah.
plate.
Yeah, he's not throwing fastballs in. I'm telling you, he's not. He's protecting on
Yeah, but
turning his
Different
he-
styles of pitcher though.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
so Skeens
is a man.
well no.
Yes, he is. Don't disagree.
Skeens
He's a
pounds
dude.
the inside part of the zone because his slider plays off of that.
Yeah.
It
That's
starts
right.
inside.
Exactly.
That's right.
Cole is more of a top down, so he has the four seam up and then his knuckle curve down.
Yeah.
Like
So
that's-
what I'm hearing at Eva, he's a vagina.
Blake
I got
Snell,
it.
Blake Snell,
got it.
same way. He's a high fastball and then the big breaker off of that. It's all about the pitch profile, you know.
All right.
It is. It's. I mean, you look at like the guy that Skubal.
I pitched in Little League. I told you that, right?
That's right. I forgot. Actually, I had forgotten that.
Skubal's strikeout pitch is his slider down and in, but he sets it up with his fastball.
Okay, the way I'm understanding this, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think I am. I'm right and you're wrong. If that's the way I'm reading this right now,
No.
I am right and you're wrong.
Cole prefers
You
the,
agree
or
with
Scooball likes the four seamer down the middle. He says hit it.
What I don't like about this box thing is I feel like we're babying the hitters more.
Exactly.
And that's what's frustrating to me because it's hitting has gone downhill because everyone's trying to pull everything. No one's trying to use the whole field anymore. So now we are instead of making them adjust,
Yep.
we're now adjusting to how they're playing and babying them further so that way we can create a more exciting game because people just want to see
That's
home
what
runs.
I said, and it's like what the NFL did with defenses, making it so hard to play defense anymore because they want these teams to score as many points as
Yes.
possible.
Haas, you didn't have your hand up like I did. So, GB, my pushback to you, which is with a massive shove, is this. Then what's the strike zone for? Just a suggestion? Is that what it is? A suggestion that the strike zone is from here to here, from here to here. Is it just a suggestion like a stop sign is in California? Just we suggest maybe, if you have time to stop, go ahead. Because, again, The rule is a strike is in between this box. It touches the box, any part of it in that box, it is a strike. Outside of it is a ball. My frustration is this. You have a umpire that I'm a low strike umpire. I don't call anything inside. His percentage of inside strikes are the lowest in the league. What does that even mean? How is that even possible? A strike is a strike. A ball is a ball. So by your statement there, you're saying that box up to this time, right now, up to this time, over the years of baseball has just been a suggestion. And you as an umpire, you've been arbitrarily say, nah, not today, folks. This ain't a strike. To me, that's BS. If a goal in hockey crosses the line, it crosses it. It becomes a goal. That's a goal. If it touches the box, that should be a strike. Not not today. That's what pisses me off. You had umpires that were doing what they want to be part of the more involved in the game than the athletes that are playing it, and that frustrates me. A strike is a strike, a ball is a ball. It should not be determined by a freaking dude behind there that decides, today I'm not going to call that. Just like in tennis, if it touches the line, that's an ace. That's a winner. If it's outside of the line, you can see it. It's outside. You lose the point. It's as simple as that. I don't want a man that has a beef with him on the mound because of something that happened a year ago. Tighten up the strike zone on him because he doesn't like him. That, to me, should not be allowed in a professional game like that have so much at stake in betting. You guys are all betting on it, and then people's passion for it. I 100% disagree with both of you. A box is there. You throw it in that box. It touch any part of it, it's a strike. It touches, if it goes outside of it, it's a ball. It should not be arbitrarily ruled by a piece of crap behind a plate that has a beef with either the hitter, the batter, or has an attitude. I rest my case, and we'll move on.
Whoa, we're already
I have
moving on?
spoken!
Hold
No,
on.
I'm kidding.
Well,
Vaha said, I thought this was adjusting to worthless umpires.
so here I get that, but
So just say,
because there's
just say I
there's
agree.
a human
Just say
element
you
to
agree.
it. No, I'm not.
Okay.
There's a human element to everything that we do. Okay, so the box, you're right, is a suggestion, but it varies based on.
So it
the
is a
player.
suggestion.
Hold on.
No, you said that. So it is a
It's
suggestion?
because it varies based on the hitter, because it's going to be different from Haas to bench. Okay, that. So now you have to make an umpire adjust to it. It's not going to happen. So if the umpire just says, "Hey, this is my zone. This is what I normally call," and it's consistent in that way. All these players
not
have all
consistent.
this data.
It's not consistent.
It's-
That's
all
what the
the-
problem is. It's not consistent.
That box is consistent.
No, the box is consistent. The umpire is not. The umpire is not consistent.
the umpire is consistent when it's his zone. Yes, you're telling.
But-
like,
but that's not- but that's-
I can do this from both sides of it as a pitcher and a catcher. When I see a certain umpire come up, I'm like, I already know his zone.
Yep.
But that's ridiculous. See, that's what that's like saying? That's like saying in tennis, well, I know that chair umpire or that linesman.
We're comparing two different games.
No,
that
you're
you
not.
can't.
It's still
You
a
can't
line.
compare
It's
different
still a
games.
line.
No.
Yes, it is. It's a guy judging if this is in or out. That's the same as an umpire judging
But I'm
a
saying
call.
is you can't. These are two different ways that you play a sport. Because now a guy gets multiple chances and multiple balls and strikes, and has the opportunity to know that zone. And if it's not a pitch doesn't like, then just foul that pitch off.
But then
and
you
get
have,
another chance.
but then you have that same thing in tennis. Let's say, so you know that linesman, if it goes right on top of it, he's going to call it out. So now you have to adjust.
This is only an argument because now we've started interjecting technology in sports.
My entire thing since I have gotten into baseball 100 years ago is my frustration with an umpire saying he can't make the adjustment between Haas and Mrs. Legend. He can't figure out there's a strike zone difference between a man that is 6'4" and somebody that is 5'8", somebody that's 5'10", 6'7", that's BS to me. Then you should not be behind the plate. If you can't see, here comes the batter, he gets in his position, knee to chest, there it is. The black to the black, there it is. How do you not make that adjustment? You can't make that adjustment? That's not your job then. Get out. Technology takes care of all of that. So there is no more of, well, I did the scouting report on this umpire. This umpire is you know what, up and away. I can live there all day with
But that's
them.
just part of
That's
the, like,
part
it's
of the
part of the
game.
game. Like,
No, but it
I
shouldn't
don't
be
want
part
to
of the
take
game.
it out. I don't
It shouldn't
want
be
that
part of
part
the
to
Guys
be
knew
removed.
coming in to face Maddox that Maddox was
6
gonna
balls
get,
outside?
Exactly. He
Yeah.
was going to get balls
How
off the
absurd
corner.
is that? Because the pitcher on the other side, the other pitcher, same spot, same umpire doesn't get that call. Oh, it's Greg Maddux. We got to give it to him. That's BS. You should not be prioritizing a name over actual
I'll agree with you on that
performance.
part. But
Actual
if the umpire
performance.
stays within the zone that he
But he's not.
understands,
But
then
he's
that's
not.
different.
He just
But
said
I'm
it,
saying-
and that
I
is
just said
true.
I disagree with that part.
Bonds, Barry Bonds. Okay, Barry Bonds. One of the greatest hitters to ever play.
CGLC is going to kill himself.
I know. To ever play the game. And it's not even debatable. This is pre-juice, during juice. It doesn't matter. The guy was phenomenal. You watch. I'm watching. That is an absolute strike on him. Bonds doesn't swing. So the umpire says, oh, must not have been a strike. How BS is that? Because the next guy that comes up, similar size to Bond, same spot, all of a sudden's a strike. You're telling me I have to adjust to an umpire being biased?
Well,
That's
that part,
horse
that
crap.
I agree with that. But if the umpire just stays within the zone that he says, that
GB, but he doesn't.
historically has.
But he doesn't.
Well,
that's my point.
Again, we're arguing human element.
Get rid of it.
No, that
Yes.
has to be in sports.
You can't take that out of sports. It
No.
makes It makes it
Hold
less
on.
enjoyable.
How are you taking it out of sports when the pitcher is still pitching and the batter is still swinging? There's still a human element there. Okay, so let me ask you this question. When you're watching a football game and you know the guy got the first down. You know it. Got the first down. Okay? And then the side guy runs down and then marks him a half a yard short. You happy with that?
No, but who cares? Like, again, it's like that's the rule. We're following it. Whatever.
No.
Well, it's said
that's
and
not-
it's done. We move on.
No, you don't set
You
it,
make
it's
an
done. Guess what
adjustment
they
to
do
the
now?
next play.
Guess what
You
they did?
play for the next play.
Guess what they
It's
did now?
frustrated. I don't
Guess
care.
what they did now? They go, put it on. They go, oh yeah, first down.
But that's different than balls and strikes, though. Again, I don't think that's
Okay,
the same. We can
so-
compare that to
so-
ball strike. If you want to argue like fair foul, sure, that's
How
good.
about this? The machine calls balls and strike. The umpire is still there. He immediately, instantly gets the thing. It's either in his left pocket for a ball and a right pocket for a strike. How does that hurt anything? How does that hurt? You still have the human element.
because what he's saying is now, in what I said, we're tailoring to like a different form of hitting that historically is like we've never had it. And now we're babying the game. We're trying to change the game.
So
Baseball is so worried about the fact that the pitchers are getting so much better. They're throwing so
Yes.
much harder. Their breaking stuff is so much better. They've got to get to the point where they can make it an even playing field for the hitters, and this is how they're doing it. They're taking the advantage.
Well,
from the
didn't
pitchers
the
and giving it to
pitchers years ago have the mound higher and they were dominating during the dead ball era?
them. They lowered it.
And they lowered
Then
it.
they lowered it.
Yeah.
Because
now you got guys-
because the hitter couldn't hit.
But then historically after that, it was
Don't they
level.
need to make the adjustment?
I totally agree with that.
You got
so
guys
you're saying these things shouldn't happen. It has happened in the game. It has happened in the game to make the game more watchable.
Yes, but also too is like these pitchers are like better than anyone has. Like if you looked at Roger Clemens,
Yeah.
his stuff would probably be pretty much middle rotation guy
Yeah.
nowadays because the aces that we are seeing, their stuff is harder and faster and breaks more than anyone else. But hitters back then, actually use their brain. It's like, how do we figure this out? And use the whole field.
That's right.
Now they're not doing that because what are they just trying to do? I'm trying to launch angle this ball.
Okay, so
yank everything, 'cause I'm
but
trying
you
to put the
guys
ball
are
in the air.
you guys are thinking that I'm trying to screw the pitcher. Do you know how many times I've seen a pitcher throw a strike that's been called a ball, and that guy should be sitting down on a bench right now because he struck out? He literally struck out, and the umpire just kind of gets up instead of. Do you know how frustrating that is? It has happened to me on both sides where I'm not a homer.
But that's a
I
human
see-
element of
I
the
see-
game that we're talking about.
But
It's not
you guys,
perfect.
You
It's
guys have
not
got
perfect.
to say. You guys got to
I don't
stop
know what
saying
the
human
thing,
element.
I don't know what the fascination is with making sports perfect.
There-
By
it's-
bringing
and we
in
can't.
You know, that's
AI.
such a great question. Guess what? I'm not trying to make it perfect. What I'm trying to do is leveling the field. As far as a strike is a strike, a ball is a ball. I don't want it to be on a guy behind the plate that maybe has an axe to grind, woke up that day, blurry eyes, whatever the freaking situation is, and he's not calling
He's got bad
allergies. I've got it. I
Yeah.
just had to do drops before the show.
I get it.
You think I could have called balls and strikes? Absolutely not.
No.
So my point is, I'm not trying to do anything other than the consistency of the box per player. Aaron Judge's box goes this way.
Yeah.
Okay? The youngest box goes this way. Right? The width is the same. The height up and down changes. That's all I'm asking for is the consistency from the umpires, and they don't have it, and it frustrates me.
I'm saying you
I
can't
don't
have
like
this
it.
box and not expect hitters from my original point to be able to drive the ball back up the middle and just sit on pitches. That's my point. It makes hitting so much more easier for these guys now that you're going to see. Because my original point was that pitchers are going to be more susceptible to getting hit.
So
by
let me
that.
ask you, do you think in the 1930s,
I don't care about the
listen to what I'm saying. Don't you ever interrupt me. Don't you ever interrupt me. Do you think in the 1930s that the strike zone was called more precise per batter than it is in the last 10 years? Like
No, because I think the guys were making contact a lot more.
But
Pitchers
it's
didn't
but
throw like this.
But
back
it's
then.
okay.
I wasn't around
but,
to know.
But
so.
batters
There were no
weren't hitting-
Dominicans. No Dominicans.
That's right.
Yeah.
Batters weren't hitting the ball like they are now. So I mean, they didn't have the ability they do now. So what I'm saying is, I think the strike zone has gone to more of an umpire's interpretation of it than the actual rule of
Then
what it's
why
supposed
did
to
the
be.
MLB let these umpires get away with it for so long? Remember, I asked you that question. Why did they let them do it? If it's a rule, how come the commissioners never stepped in and said, "Hey,
I've got
you
an
can
answer.
no
to that.
longer give
I've got
corners."
an answer. I've got an answer to that. There isn't a game that's ever been invented that people hate any kind of change more than baseball. There isn't a game where the purist will jump off of buildings. You got morons like Bob Costas, right? That speak in the most poetic, just the most like romantic thing of a effing game that
Peter
a guy
Gammons.
throws a ball and another guy hits it. I mean, for the love of God, you're telling me you would rather have these guys. Okay, you're saying technology is not good for the game. Don't
Certain spots.
So then you know what? Get back on trains and travel. Then don't get these charter
That's
planes.
completely
No, it's
wrong.
not. What I'm saying
not
is
relevant.
technology makes things better. And it also will do with the sports. It's done it in hockey. It's done it in tennis. It's done it in golf. It's done it in football. Basketball, who cares?
It's made it more enjoyable to watch on TV because ball trackers and shit like that. But
No, their equipment
well,
is better. So you're telling me then everybody has to go back to what Ben Hogan played with persimmon clubs and this and that. No, technology. Use the goddamn technology for God's sakes to make it better. Make it where it's not arbitrary from one guy to the other. That's all I'm asking for. And once again, I've won another argument.
No.
Yes. Listen, I'm going to
Ruling goes to bench.
I'm going to say this. Go ahead.
Vaha said, "Go back to the Ty Cobb gloves."
Yeah.
It's just you see these guys.
Oven mitts.
You have baseball sees the advancement of pitchers. You have guys like Hunter Pence's nephew. I just saw the other day, freshman in high school, a stick throwing 97.
Jeez.
There's
Yeah,
kids,
but
there's kids that are
that's
15
an outlier,
that are throwing
though.
92.
No.
But no, there's a lot more of them than you realize. These kids are.
Even when I
It's
was
crazy.
at City, like people, I topped out like 93, and
I
everyone's
thought
like,
you were
"Oh
at
my god!"
95.
No, I was like 93.
I
I
thought you were
mean, maybe I
95.
did. I don't know. But the only time I was gun,
Okay.
my highest was 93, and everyone's like, "Oh,
I swear it came at me like it was 95.
I don't know." But everyone that's a right-handed pitcher at some kind of college level is throwing that. Like that's
Yeah.
normal.
It's normal. And if you're not, you don't have a chance.
Yeah.
And then you got these guys in the Dominican who do nothing all
What do
day.
you mean by that in the Dominican? You racist bastard. Huh?
They literally
You
do
you
nothing
catch
all
that?
day,
You
but
caught
go to a
that.
baseball academy
Yeah.
and they're throwing 95, 97. If you're not, and baseball sees that.
Then here's the thing. With that being said, then it should be no problem throwing a strike. Blow up by the guy. Because these morons are swinging
my
at
point.
their rears.
That's my point. You say blow it by a guy. These big league hitters, they will time anything.
Then
It
throw a
don't matter
change.
how
Then throw a
hard you
changeup.
throw.
Then throw a changeup
But it
right after
doesn't-
that.
What good
You
does
know
it?
what? How about changing it up? Stop throwing 97 right down the tubes. Okay?
They're gonna have to now.
They're
No, they're
gonna
not.
have to.
No, they're
That's
not.
the point.
No. So didn't
can't
you
throw a
say?
curveball in
Didn't
the
you
dirt
say?
anymore.
Didn't you just say a little while ago that all they're trying to do is pull the ball?
To baseball now,
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. You
Yes.
said that. Then throw it the seed right on that outside corner.
but they're good enough to.
No, they're not.
Yes,
They're
they
not
are.
going to pull.
These
They're
are
not going
still
to
They
pull.
are
it.
that
They're not
good.
Because
gonna
now
pull
they're
it.
not going to have to protect much
They're not
outside
going to
that
pull.
box.
They're not going to pull it.
They're now
Throw
having to not
one.
look outside
Throw
the
a
box.
BB
You look
in.
at a guy
Throw a
like
BB
Soto,
out. Throw a
he'll
BB
spit
up.
on
Throw a
something
BB.
this far off the
I'll
corner.
spit on him. How dare you?
He'll take it. Soto.
Listen.
A guy like Soto is that
Listen.
good.
CGOC by this time
I think
has
we won.
He's
Killed
drove
him.
off the cliff.
has killed himself. So
He's drove off the cliff.
I'm going to end it with this. I am
We win.
right, and you guys are wrong.
We win.
We
once again. And I didn't even bet
Bench,
a dinner on
you
this.
got to answer.
Man, look at that spray.
Look at he uses the whole
Uses
field.
the whole field.
Yeah, but he's an outlier.
That's why he's so good.
Yeah.
Hitting a baseball. With
Go
a
ahead.
bat
Go ahead
is
and
the
go ahead
hardest
and
thing in sports
go ahead
to
and
do.
pull up Stanton. Spray chart. I mean, mistake will be in right field. Everything else will be left field. I mean, come on.
Hitting a baseball is the
Ah,
hardest thing in
Yeah.
sports to do.
Look at that.
But look at the cluster
Yeah.
between second and third.
Power to all fields. He's the greatest postseason hitter of all
Postseason.
time. I mean,
You know who's? You know
stats
who I'd
prove
be?
it.
Bring up Otani's.
Well, he's a professional player.
They all are.
No,
They all are.
no.
At that level, they
Wow.
all are.
look at that.
Yeah,
Look at that.
That's a professional baseball
That's
player.
the Japanese approach.
Yes,
That's why.
yes.
What a
His
stud.
first at bat, Digner,
Soto.
yesterday. No,
Oh, Soto did it his first at
I
bat
know,
with the
but
Mets.
we don't
Yep.
care about Soto. That's yesterday.
That's all we're going to talk about. Hero of the week, Haas. Let's move it along.
Hero of the week. I'm gonna go with Cash Patel and Dan Bongino. They're gonna reshape the FBI.
Very nice. Vaha just said he's on his way to pick me up.
Then off the
Off
cliff.
We've destroyed the entire listening. Go ahead, you're a hero.
I got nothing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's not me making
No.
such great points. Okay.
I would say it's us because we won
No,
the argument.
wrong.
We won
We
the
won.
argument.
losers.
We
Go ahead.
Mine's my guy Trump and JD Vance for chewing out the Ukrainian guy. And I'm glad they taped the whole thing to just expose it all. But yeah, Trump basically just saying his argument and the way that he proposed it was so funny because he's talking about like you without us, you are screwed.
Yeah.
Like you need to realize that, buddy. And so we're trying to help you, and all you're asking for is just money, money, money.
Yeah.
When that's not going to fix the real problem here. And yeah, he says, "You got no cards. You're playing cards. You got no cards. We have the cards. You got to come to us for the cards." It was great.
So I'm going to echo that because that was mine.
Yeah.
I was blown away. Okay, so you have a vice president stepping on the toe of the president and engaging with the leader of another country.
Well,
which
because he invited it in. He
No, no,
said,
I
I'm
understand.
Yeah,
I understand
he
that,
was like,
but
"Can I talk to you? Because Trump's railroading me in this argument. So
no,
can
no,
I talk to you?"
I understand
And
that.
he just
but-
backed it
no,
up.
No, but I
yeah.
understand it, and I loved it. But what I'm saying, you still have to step down because it's the president sitting in a room, right? So I was blown away on Vance, and Vance almost had the look of, I want to get up, I want to walk over there, and I want to pound your little face in. To come into the Oval Office and disrespect the president in this office, he was so angry about that. He tempered it, which was crazy. I do have one criticism, which, of course, everybody says he can't do it, and I say BS. I thought Trump should have gotten up and said, "Get the F out of my house." Seriously. Get him out of my house right now. And honestly, to me, on my side, it would have played fantastic, right? To the world, it wouldn't have. But I don't care. How dare you come in? How dare you, by us giving you how many billions of dollars and how much of it is unaccounted for?
Yep.
When you're done doing this little game you're going to be on an island someplace on a nest of American taxpayers' dollars, you thieving little son of a...
Yep.
And Trump's face, after a while, the anger was
He was getting a little red.
was phenomenal.
He's normally orange.
Was phenomenal.
It's
And
like
I
they
loved
said,
it.
he
Reddish.
went in there thinking he was dealing with Biden again, and
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
got
Yeah.
a rude awakening.
That's on you, stupid.
Yeah.
Read the room. Understand who this guy is. And you've played the American taxpayers, the American government enough. My heroes, those two guys, Vance and Trump, they were phenomenal. And I'm glad you also had that.
They were second for me. I was more. Kash Patel telling Schiff to basically go fuck himself was awesome.
Yes. Yeah, that was naked worthy.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
it really was.
Sorry, GB politics.
Yeah, don't know what you guys are talking about.
College basketball. Before we get to the big story, any UConn updates?
They're
Got
playing right now against
couple-
Providence.
Why is it not on?
All right, I'll put it on.
Oh, I mean, you
Providence
don't have
sucks.
to. Oh, okay.
It's just like they beat Georgetown the other day.
Okay.
It's not a game that I care about. They're not good.
Okay.
They're fair, and that's frustrating.
UConn?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Only a couple weeks left in the season.
Yeah. And they are not going to. They're not going to get better.
Actually,
They are
probably
who
what?
they
Only
are.
about a week, and then the Big East
the Big
tournament.
East,
yeah.
right. Yeah. What are you guys looking for? Forward to is the
Your
NCAA
bracket.
tournament
Your
or the
bracket.
hate bracket?
Oh.
I can't wait for him to give me no time to put this together.
It's gonna be great.
He's gonna give it to me the night
The
before.
night before, yeah.
No. I've recruited somebody to help me with this on names that I may have forgotten.
Okay.
I want a list from him also, and this is the way I'm doing it. I'm doing it like tennis, golf, hockey, baseball, basketball,
Oh, man.
football,
Pop culture.
culture, politics.
You should bracket them all into one, so all of tennis, all of baseball, all of basketball, and then each one that moves on, and then it's head to head.
That'll be up to the producer on how he wants to do
Great.
it.
They give me a list of 68 to sift through and figure out.
You gotta give a ranking too.
That's the thing.
I'm going to do
He's gonna give me the one seed,
the one seeds.
which doesn't help me at all because then I can't divide it how I want to.
Then you do the way you want it. Then you just do it. I won't give you any one
I was gonna
seeds.
try and come up with some type of theme for each region.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
if I'm able to do that.
That's fine.
But I don't know if it's going to be a decades thing or if it's going to be more by maybe a position like coaches, players,
Yeah.
things like that. I
I'm
don't
so
know.
interested because you guys know me, but you guys don't know me from the 70s and 80s. Like the biblical hatred I had for people, like wanting death upon them immediately. You know, you guys only know recent death upon people.
Mainly first base coaches at youth baseball.
All
The
first
youth
base
baseball.
coaches.
And this guy BS.
And umpires.
This guy BS.
Yeah, BS.
Well, arbitrary umpires.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Anyways,
I just like it that I'm undefeated against you. Go ahead.
big story that came out for college basketball happens to involve our local team here.
There's another one that just got busted.
Oh, really?
There was another school, and I just saw that. They just got busted.
That I did not hear about.
Yes.
Same type of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Betting. Are you looking it up, GB? Thank you.
So Fresno State men's basketball, apparently there was a investigation launched into the program regarding betting on games. 3 players got named in that. One of them hasn't been with the team for a couple months, Michael Robinson, and then the other 2, Jalen Weaver and Zayon Collins, were, I believe, starters for the team and integral parts of the team, which is what makes it kind of suspicious because they're in the midst of their worst season in history. They are 5-23 right now.
Is it goodbye to coach?
Coach apparently is safe because he
Is it Vance?
Yes. He reported things as soon as he found out, and so it wasn't like he was letting it happen. As soon as he found out, he sent it.
No, but
so
the debacle of the season also is
that is another thing. So I don't know. Apparently, his job is safe in regards to the actual betting stuff. But did you find it?
Well, there's like a few because there's a bunch of them actually.
Oh.
This is from the start of February, and there's North Carolina A&T, Mississippi Valley State, Eastern Michigan, and then it starts talking about Fresno State. So it sounds like they're finding more and more and more as this goes.
But anyways, the accused were the bets they were making were reportedly unders, which is a problem.
one of them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like I don't know if they found out each and every one of them.
The article I read, one of them was the under.
Okay.
The other one was the over. So he took the over because
So-
he was at 10 points and he scored 13.
I've never had a problem with betting on the over. I feel like because you're trying to perform. You're not throwing games.
but you're also not. I get it. I understand
Yeah.
it. But you're also not in the scheme of the team possibly.
True.
And going one-on-one and
Trying to-
missing shots
Yeah.
just to get 13 where there
Yeah.
were guys wide open.
Yeah. So
And
when this
that could
came
be-
out, Miyagi and I texted to him and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" And he immediately was like, "I can't wait for people to do the deep dive on each and every game and see like the situations that arose." He sent me one where they lost a game 52-51. One of the guys named Jalen Weaver in that game, he shot 2 of 13. He had like 1 rebound. And he took the shot at the end of the game that could have won the game. So he had all
Control.
of the involvement.
Yeah, control.
2 of 13, 1 rebound, and then So that one was like, wow, that seems.
You know, I
Very
am not
obvious.
looking at this as a negative. Fresno State's in the national spotlight right now, and I think that's really important.
I think this
for
will draw
recruiting.
more recruits.
This is important for recruiting. You're gonna get blue chippers coming here now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I was talking to my dad because they had some season tickets
Wait a minute,
and
that's a story in
we're
itself.
going to games, and he was like, "Are they going to be around?" Like he's like, "Are they going to have a program going
Yeah.
forward just from all this?" And yeah, I don't know. Pretty tough scene though.
Sad.
Tough scene.
Sad.
Because I remember
When
watching.
they did it with Tark, they were winning.
I remember watching some documentary about was it the UNLV guys back in the day where that was like some mafia involvement of like paying players.
Yeah,
to
you're
throw-
talking
to throw-
early
yeah.
Tark over there.
It
Not-
might have been
yeah,
Tark, yeah.
Yeah.
But there was something on Netflix about those guys.
But he never got busted for it because he was under NCAA investigation. They've been trying to get Tark for 100 years, right? And the NCAA never was able to.
Yeah.
But there's this famous one years ago. We're talking in the late 70s. The mob got these guys, right? And after you get them once, then you have them. And these guys kept having to do things for the mob. And finally, it was discovered. I mean, it was nuts.
You do the little ones, and then that leads to the big ones, and then you can't just stop.
No, well, the thing is, if you do it one time, then they go, you're going to do it
We
again. They go,
own
no.
you.
And
Yeah.
they go, well, you know what? Guess
Yep.
what we're going to say?
Or we'll go whack your family
Or
members.
something, you know. So they owned them. So it was crazy. I read that article about that story, And this, again, was like 40, 50 years ago. And I read that about 2 years ago. And when you read this entire thing, you're like, holy moly. The mob literally controlled basketball games. Controlled it.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
Not guys you want to deal with.
No, it seemed bad. Tough guys.
NFL, we had a few things. Stafford reportedly coming back to the Rams.
And Haas thinks he just played the Aaron Judge situation
Yeah.
there.
He just used the Raiders.
I
as
think he
leverage.
saw, they're going to send me to the New York Giants. Nah, I'll stay.
Yeah.
Sorry, CGOC.
Now, do you
he's
think?
not listening.
Now, do you think they? Because they were pretty good last year.
Who?
The Rams. They ended up when
Not
they got
bad.
healthy.
Yeah.
But when they weren't healthy, they were not good at all.
Yeah.
But when they were healthy, Stafford wasn't bad.
Yeah.
That team wasn't bad. I mean, are they legit in that division if he comes back still?
They're legit if Puka stays healthy.
Yeah,
I was
but that
wondering if it
doesn't-
changes the situation with Cup at all.
I don't think so.
Like,
I think
does that
they're done
change
with. I think they're done with Cup.
How? I don't even understand that.
I don't either. But I think
Somebody help him.
I think
Somebody. I don't care who. Somebody help him. I would, but I'm busy.
Tickle in my throat.
Yes. Why are you crying?
Somebody filibuster here.
Why?
Jeez.
Right.
I think they're done with Cup. I think Cup is.
That's crazy.
He's going to end up in Washington or somewhere.
I like that.
Which he probably won't be mad about.
No. I like that for him, but I just don't understand what the Rams are thinking. You throw the ball to him, guess what happens? He catches. But the other point is, but he has to be healthy to throw the ball
He's
to
gotta be
him.
on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they feel like they have guys behind him that they want to get.
That's
They want to
ballsy.
get DeMarcus Robinson in there and guys like that.
Some of the other things we had, the rule proposals. You had some stuff, Legend?
Yeah, so apparently, like I've been saying, because Puck totally disagrees with me on this. I think that tush push thing is not a football play. Am I wrong?
I want to hear what you say.
Okay, so it's not a play. So you're just getting three guys behind this guy and you're just pushing them, and I don't think you should be escorted. You know, why not just pick him up, put him on your shoulder, and then just? I don't think it's a football play. So I don't like it that. You know, the defense, the pushback is, well, then stop it. Well, again, it's not a football play you're stopping. It's just you getting guys bunching up behind the quarterback or a running back or whoever they decide to give the ball to, and you're just pushing him. So it's a will of power more than it is a football play.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
GB's
I
face
hate it.
is telling me he totally disagrees with it. How about you? I can't remember. Are you 50-50 on this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it indifferent to you?
Kind of indifferent. Yeah.
Okay.
It is a weird play. I'd rather just turn around and hand it off to the running back.
That's what I'm saying. And then do what you're supposed to. Block for him, open up a hole, and let him get through it. And then the defense, you do what you're supposed to, bunch it up and stop him. But when you're just getting guys pushing somebody, and tell me if I'm wrong on this. If you are in the middle of the field, not that play, but all of a sudden your lineman catching up to you and you're running, and they just start pushing you also. That also, you got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yards sometimes.
Lingering effects of CDOC.
Yes. I'm not sure I totally like that either. And why can't a ground cause a fumble?
We're getting really existential here.
You don't agree with that?
I didn't realize that was a thing. So
Yeah, the ground can't cause a fumble.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, if the ball came out of the guy's hand because he hit the ground, what difference does it make?
Well, I think it's because they consider their forearm down.
I guess, yeah.
If your argument is no tush push, then the defense should be able to grab guys and just yank them back, and then wherever they get pulled back, then that's where they should.
I'm so glad you brought that up. So that brings up another thing I thought of. Okay, so you are running, and then they stopped your forward progress, right?
Yeah.
So now that's where it's deemed the ball is laid. But you just pushed him back 10 yards and tackled him.
Again, the sports are tailoring to the side
No, but
of
it's
the sport
always
that
been
everyone
like that.
wants to see.
But it's always been like
Offense.
that. But I just don't understand that. I don't understand because that's not where he was tackled. That's where his momentum was stopped. I get that. But that's not where he eventually he was dropped 15 yards back after that.
Yeah.
So I don't get it, because again, that is a first down or not a first down, but because where forward progress went, I don't know. Am I over analyzing this stuff? It bothers me when I watch it because I don't think those are football plays. Because the football play is a tackle, right? On a defensive side. Well, I tackled him not here, but 4 yards back here. Shouldn't he be here now?
No, I agree.
What do you think? Indifferent again?
Sounds good.
Benches.
I was looking at the TV. I haven't had my caffeine this morning. The allergies. It's that long argument, all of it.
The one I won.
No.
No.
Yeah, he said no.
Jury's
He
still
said
out.
no.
Oh, you're still on it.
I heard no.
No, he's not.
Dogs are barking. I'm rattled.
My
Rattled.
daughter's and son-in-law's dog, that 4-year-old bear,
That's a bear.
that effing mammoth of a dog, it's just yesterday, I'm just sitting there, I'm watching something. He comes up next to me at the couch. Then he looks at me. And I won't look at him, right? Then all of a sudden, right? I said, don't start with me. I won't look at him, though, right? I don't start. All of a sudden, that big paw comes, and he just slams my hand, right? Just bam. Imagine Hoss just coming up and going like this, right? And I finally turn and look at him. I go, what do you want? Then he starts talking to me. It's crazy. He'll just start talking. He's like, I said, dude, I don't speak that. What do you want? Well, what he wants is now he'll get up and he'll turn and he'll put his ass right next to me and he wants me to just scratch his ass. You stop.
Gotta respect it. Knows
But
what he wants.
So I do it. I go, okay, dude, I'm done. I'll do it. And I stop. All of a sudden, he'll come back. Grab my hand with his mouth. And he'll start jerking it this way. And then he starts turning around. I go, dude, I'm not doing this all day. I said, you don't even live here anymore. Go back to your house. Go.
Love that dog.
I love him. I love him so much. My grand dog.
Did you talk about the overtime rules?
No, it's.
Because from what I heard you say earlier,
do you mind looking it up?
I'll try.
Thanks.
It's basically like they're trying to go back to old overtime.
So they're trying to make it fair for the team that did not win the toss.
Mm.
So you remember how it was if you kick 3, you won the game. Then they went to if you kick 3, the other team has the opportunity. But if you score first, the game is over. It sounds like both teams are going to get the ball no matter what.
So like college.
Basically, well, no, not in that sense, no. Because in college they like start at the 25.
They just,
But
yeah.
I mean, like
But
both
both
sides
teams get a
still get
chance,
the
yeah.
chance.
Yes.
It says basically making the postseason ones now the regular season, along with extending it to 15 minutes. So it's going back to like the old one.
Because
basically.
I don't think it's fair. The Pittsburgh Steelers are playing whoever. His team doesn't win this crazy coin flip. The other team goes down and ends up scoring. Just because of this flip, his team should be punished?
So they're going to do it now where even if the team who wins the flip scores a touchdown on the first drive, the other team still gets the ball?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fair.
Yeah, that works.
It
Yeah.
sounds like you still have an argument about the human element. You don't like how the ref is flipping that coin.
He just wants it all.
That's true.
They'll just stand out there with a
No
with
human
a
element,
bot, and
no.
the bot can
We
I don't
should
like. I don't like the
use-
thumb motion he's doing.
We should
I
use
want-
a coin flip app on the
I
phone.
can't wait for the Terminator to just take over, and we're just hiding in these little caves. Yes, that's what I'm looking forward to.
You would have been fun for Y2K, right? Is that what you're all about it?
Yeah.
And then also they're going to plan on using a virtual measuring system to determine first downs.
So
There
you
you
guys,
go. You'll love
you guys hate that? Because okay. So you're watching. Just listen to me. You're watching a game. You see the side guy. He starts running down to where the first down is, and the guy got it. All of a sudden, he just starts going this way. That is infuriating
If
to
the
me.
guy is blatantly wrong, I understand.
Shoot him?
I understand.
Shoot him.
If
Just
he's
shoot him.
blatantly wrong, I understand. But
I just came up with something.
Sports are not meant to be perfect.
I just came up with something. Yeah, they are.
No, they're
No,
not.
they're not.
Athletes, stop both of you. You're
Sports
embarrassing
are
yourself.
not meant to be
Athletes are
perfect.
giving it their all, training, doing all the stuff necessary, and you have a freaking dude back there that arbitrarily, can you say the word for me?
That dude has been part of the game since
That
we were
dude is a
5 years
moron.
old.
How about this? After the game, if he is not 99 or over, you execute him. I like that. Done deal. So you can keep your guy, but if he's under 99% on accuracy, you shoot him right there. Send a message to the next guy.
That works. Let's do it.
They're also apparently going to expand replay assist on flags. So could potentially include more roughing the passer, so hits below the knee, unnecessary roughness with a defenseless receiver, face mask, tripping, illegal crackback block, and horse collar tackle, among others.
So flag football pretty soon.
Pretty much. It's
Yeah.
going to be flag football.
Yeah.
No, they just want to review them, make sure they get it right. That's all.
They're
Well,
try-
number
they're
one in
trying-
all of this, if you guys can put like your argument stands in a way. What they're trying to do
is make the game perfect.
is protect the stars, which is offense. That's all they're worried
Yeah.
about. It's all they're worried about.
I think, and you can, whatever, but if you take the human element out of sports, it's not sports anymore.
I'm not having a machine throw the pitch. So knock it off with that human element crap. You hear me?
Bitch of the week, Haas. Who you got?
Oh, who was it? I had it written down. I think it was
UConn up
Joy
41-33 at half.
Nice.
Joyless Reed?
Yes. And AOC.
Didn't
just 'cause
she
I hate
lose her show?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then she gets on.
But it was
she Gets
racist.
on one
You
and
hate to
she's
see it.
crying about how
It's racist.
it was so racist of them to fire her, and she never said anything that wasn't true. And it's like, shut your face.
When you opened your mouth, you lied.
True.
She is the most racist person out there. And what's
I don't
crazy
know.
is
Sunny Hostin's getting close.
that is true.
She's getting close.
Yeah, that is true. So her defenders, Richard Maddow defending her, saying that, they fired a person of color. I mean, it's amazing. But do you know who they replaced that cow with? 2 black people and a Latino person. How is that I mean, 'cause if they replaced her with a white person, then you can say that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Morons.
I hate him.
Racist.
Next.
His name is Derek Bender. He's that Twins minor league catcher that was tipping pitches.
Yeah.
There was he did an interview with the athlete or whatever, and basically defending everything he did. Denies it all, and so then he blatantly, they ask him, well, where does this comment, like you have several teammates that are saying that you were making comments about ending the season early. And he responded with, I only like jokingly made suggestions that you guys let some ground balls go between your legs. So the dude just
You
keeps
were on the show when
you-
we did that,
yeah,
right?
the dude
Yeah,
just
yeah.
keeps shooting himself in the foot,
Yeah,
and it's great.
yeah.
So now he's completely out of it, and he's like, I don't understand why, no other teams are giving me a chance. Like, I
Oh,
do
so
really
he's not
well.
playing. Okay,
no,
good.
he's doing
Yeah.
like independent ball.
Yeah, go to Cuba, play there.
Yeah.
Mine's going to be my dog because as I
no.
walked out of
Yeah.
my bedroom this morning, this was waiting for me. Yeah.
You want to tell them what it is?
That's a pile of shit, folks. So,
And that is a
yeah.
big pile.
Oh, yeah. She makes big
Man.
piles.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Let her out to go to the bathroom last night. Didn't go. It's not like I was in bed until noon and like ignoring her.
Do
Never.
you say anything to her?
Oh yeah.
What did you say?
A bad dog. No. I give her the stare. All I have to do, like hands on the hips and kind of and she's like cowering.
Yeah,
But it's like I was literally, that's where I was walking to. I was walking to the back door
thank
to
God
let
you're
you
looking
out.
down.
I guess. My
Yeah.
goodness.
God, imagine stepping into that.
And the problem is now I got the game tonight. I'm gonna be gone for like 8-9 hours. I'm gonna come home to just
Leave her
wife's not
outside.
home.
piles of shit.
Leave her outside. Is she a digger?
No, but she'll just
She's a chewer?
bark and
She's a barker?
yeah.
You know what you should do? Bring her to Haas's house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a
Haas will
bad
take
idea,
care of her.
yeah.
Yeah.
My kids would love it.
Yeah, the kids love it.
All right.
Yeah. Mine is going to be the opposite of our heroes. It's going to be that piece of crap Zelensky coming into my house and disrespecting my house. He would be the bitch of the week.
Nice. PGA, you just
Hey,
wanted to.
Vaha says they should just kick field goals.
Oh, so no touchdowns, just only kick field goals.
How about this? Each guy gets from 61 yards.
Just alternating field goals.
Yeah, 61 yards.
Might make
like
the,
penalty kicks.
Might make the kicker position more valuable.
You got to
Right.
pick
I like
five.
it.
Pick 5 guys from your team,
Yeah.
and each one of them kicks a field goal.
I want that 305-pound guy
You can't. You
kicking a
can't.
61-yard field goal.
Can't pay Dak $60 million anymore. You got to find some O linemen that can kick.
That's right.
That's another thing in the combine. I
Oh
like
my
it.
God, Dak. This is, I mean, I'm gonna throw up.
Just try and not do it on the rug like my dog.
What's worse, me missing that tap in birdie on 18, or paying Dak $60 million?
Yeah, paying Dak.
I agree.
Golf, you said you had a guy that made 2 hole-in-ones in the same round.
2 hole-in-ones.
Good for him.
Is that nuts?
That's pretty wild.
Yeah,
I've never heard that before ever.
No. So he, name being Dale
Earnhardt?
Whitnell? Whitnell or Whitnell, 2 hole-in-ones. And
Wow.
I mean,
PGA player?
Was
or
this
like
at like a legit course, or was this
what do you call
a
him?
backyard
what do you-
course somewhere?
It was at a South African Open.
Oh, there it is.
Jeez.
So it was like a 25-yard shot.
Nobody saw it.
So
Could be fake.
you saw the one I had. I showed you the picture.
The shot,
on
number 8?
8.
Yeah.
I hit that as well as I could. And I still had what?
3-4 feet.
Yeah.
Pretty soon they're gonna have clubs that are gonna like do distance and everything for you. You're not even gonna need a caddy anymore. You'll love it.
You know
You
what
will
I
love
said?
it.
You know what I said
You will
to
love
shut your face. You know what I said
Number 1
to
investor.
You know what I said to Bench maybe a month or two ago? How you can speed up play on a public course is you have this device in the ball that you can track it where the ball actually is instead of spending all that time looking for it. Do you know how it would speed up? I don't know what it would do to the integrity of the ball. Like, you know, if it would affect it
Yeah.
in a way. You know, I don't know any of that kind of stuff. But, my God, because, you know, you guys have, you know, what do they call those Apple whatever you
Air
put it.
tags.
Yeah, or whatever. I mean, you can, like, something inside of it where you, my God, the amount of, so yesterday playing 10, 11, 12, okay? I hear this guy on 12. He's on the side of the hill, way short of the green. All of a sudden, the profanity coming out of his mouth. I'm not losing another effing ball. It was right here. It was right here, you know? I can't believe it's not here. Just screaming. I mean, it's just like, you eliminate morons like this. You have it on your phone. Everybody's got a smartphone. It just takes you right to your ball and eliminates all that freaking looking. I just invented something. So I want that done.
All right.
I want it done immediately.
Nothing on hockey other than the Canadians beat the Sharks the other night.
Did you watch it?
No, but I saw they
Did
came
you see the
back and
goal?
won in overtime.
Did you see the
Pissed
goal
me
by
off.
Cole?
No, I didn't.
Holy smokes, dude. It was like, I'm in a kitchen. I have it on. It's an overtime. And I'm going, you know, I can't believe they gave up a late goal, you know, Montreal, for the Sharks to come back and tie it up. And he makes a play on your boy.
Celebrini?
Goes around him.
Damn.
Between the legs. And it was, you saw it?
No. Like something totally different, but it has to do with CGLC. I'll tell you after.
It was unfreaking believable. I mean, it was one of the best goals I've seen all year.
Wow.
You know.
Vaha said he wanted, it won't speed the game up, but ban boom boxes.
He's right.
Or no music, period.
Do it. You do it.
I love music on the golf course.
So I hate it. So we're on.
Why you take it so serious?
We're on. I'll tell you this right now.
Human element.
Listen.
Can't have it.
So you know the par.
I figured technology he would want it.
Can't have it.
You know the
no.
par 3-15.
Par 3-15.
That
long
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hate that. Goal.
What's on the other side of that is the tee box for 16.
Yes.
I'm watching this on number 6 going up, right? Guy is about to tee off. This guy comes with music blaring on around the green. The music isn't where you're just hearing it. Everybody's hearing it. That's insane.
That's
to
pretty
me.
egregious, yeah.
That's insane to me. Now, if you get in your cart and you hear it and you pull your cart up, it's not whatever, do it. I mean, I could not believe what I was hearing and seeing. This guy stepped away, and you would think that moron would have an idea of, man, this is pretty bad. No, just kept circling the green illegally with the cart.
Texas Joe said music on the golf course is disgusting, animalistic behavior. Good to hear from you, Texas Joe.
He's alive.
Yeah.
Back to hockey.
Yes, sir.
I told you guys I watched the Wild and the Red Wings on
great
Saturday.
game. Yeah.
That when they pulled their goalie and scored the goal to tie it and send it into overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now,
yes.
You said the between the legs thing. CGOC's has a video. I guess it's on Instagram or something like that, but it's of his younger boy.
The youngest.
Yes.
The prodigy. Yes.
Playing soccer. And he does this move on this guy. The ball's coming to him. He turns his back to the defender coming to him because he's waiting for him to get there. And as the ball gets to him, he kicks it backwards and taps it right through the guy's legs and runs around him and takes off. It was just unreal.
He's playing a different game.
I told him I would mention it because, if you get a chance to go look at it, I don't know if you follow CGOC or not, but
I don't even know his real name.
I guess I guess it started at like 1,000 likes and now it's up over like 90,000 views and likes and stuff. Yeah, the move is unreal. Like his boy is the real deal. For being 10 years old, it's.
I think he's 12 now. Yeah, because when we had him on that first time, he was 11, I believe. So I think he's 12. Am I wrong?
The kid on?
No.
Oh,
CGOC.
To discuss all
he's
that.
Got he's got a couple of I guess tryouts coming out with 2 of the bigger professional teams.
The youngest.
That's cool.
Yeah, I need this to expedite the youngest getting into it so we can really follow this and
ride the coattails.
Really ride the coattails. I mean, I need a golf membership somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Country club.
It's gonna be tough to swing with.
You gotta ask CGOC to send you the clip of his.
I will. I'm surprised he hasn't.
It's legit
because he'll send me stuff, and I'm surprised he hasn't sent that yet.
Baja wanted to clarify it's fine for his group, but he just doesn't want to hear people shit.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah, it's valid.
Movie time. Haas, you got anything? I got to get out of here.
The only thing I watched recently is the new Venom. That was it.
On Netflix?
Yeah.
Was it any good?
It was pretty good.
Is what's-his-face in it?
Yeah.
Hardy? Yeah.
Hardy is.
He's still in it. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Is there a scene where there's this guy and he says, don't do it, and then the guy either taps him or something like that, and then his foot changes, and then they start shooting? Yeah. I saw that clip.
The interaction between him and the Venom character it's great.
Because he's talking. Yeah, they're talking to each other.
Himself.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
I watched the Comeback, 2004 Boston Red Sox on Netflix documentary.
Let's move on.
Really
Go
good.
ahead.
Yeah, it's great.
Tell me more.
Really good.
I've already seen it, but what do you think?
It was fun seeing like all the inside scoop stuff, like what the players talking about, the hatred between A-Rod. It was great. It was really good.
Bloody sock.
Yeah, the bloody sock, and then what they did to why it was bloody.
Why not?
Yeah,
like the crazy surgery that they did in that moment was wild.
I'll watch it. Yeah. It's a good game right here. I'll do that right here.
Kentucky. I love reliving those things.
Auburn,
Me too.
Kentucky.
Yeah. And it was funny seeing the gear. Like the dudes were playing with TPX gloves. Like none of that's around anymore.
Look at that. Going to the
It's funny
basket.
seeing a player
Shots at
like
three-point
Kevin
play,
Millar too,
Uh-huh.
because he was such a goober,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
feel like you don't get that as much.
Johnny
now.
Damon.
Yeah,
The
and then how
character
just-
that Johnny
yeah.
Damon was.
13
Polar
minutes
opposite of
left
where they were, like
in
these
a game,
uptight,
Yeah.
Yankee
Yeah,
players.
yeah.
It was
Ball
great. I
stolen.
loved it.
Auburn taking to the basket right here. Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
great behind the back pass for a lay-in that was missed.
The
Yeah.
Red Sox are
What
gonna
were you
be
guys
good
talking
this
about?
year,
We're
too.
gonna-
They're gonna be really good.
Do we have movie time from you there?
Yeah, Bregman,
Oh,
already
so
going
we got-
deep.
Crochet. Oh man.
SEC game right here. I'm really excited about it.
My movie time.
Oh, yeah, back
I wanted to
that.
start off with R.I.P. Gene Hackman. He passed away this week, along
And
with
crazy,
his wife.
crazy story with
Yeah,
it.
they're still
Their
not
dog
too
died,
sure
2
on
dogs
like
did
the
not.
details.
Dude, I
of-
saw
Yeah.
this morning the sheriff was giving the thing. He said they'd been dead for 10 days.
Well, I don't know. They
Wow.
were bloated. They had what do you call
Their
that in their
pacemaker
hands?
stopped.
Yeah, his
They're-
pacemaker stopped. His last recorded was February 17th.
Yep.
Yeah. So his wife, same condition though, bloated in the face, the whatever mummification in their hands and
Yeah.
feet.
They were
That's just,
poisoned.
that's just time of death, like a long time.
N-
Been there.
No, I that's what I'm saying. It's not like it's not like one of them died. What I'm saying is like he's 93 or 95, right? So he's probably not all there. Let's say she died, something happened, and he's unaware of how to do anything about it. It looks like they did it. Whatever happened literally happened at the same time because they were in the same condition. It's
They-
not like
They all but ruled out carbon monoxide and so forth.
yes, yeah. And they're saying one of the dogs that died must have gotten to the pills that were scattered. So possibly died from eating
Yeah.
one of those or a couple of those or whatever. But very weird. One
Yeah.
of my favorite, you know that.
Yeah, no,
one of
I
my
know.
favorite, it broke me, you know, that I mean, but you know, he had a good life.
But
He had a terrible upbringing.
oh yeah.
You hear about his backstory. His father was not a good person. He turned out to be a great guy, even though his father was a bad person.
But I started watching the 3rd season now of Full Swing, which is the golf Netflix show that just came out this week. So I'm excited to keep watching.
Like
that.
it.
Yeah, the first episode was on, kind of covered the Masters. It focused mainly on Scotty Scheffler, which I'm sure it will a lot throughout the season because he absolutely dominated last year. And then Ludwig Auberg, which is like one of the young European kids. Seems like a really down-to-earth, nice dude. But, yeah. I didn't realize it was like, because he had played in the Ryder Cup last time. And he was on the pairing that absolutely dominated Scotty and Brooks Koepka. And they won, like, I think it was 9-up through, like, 10 or whatever, something ridiculous. And he hadn't even played in a major yet. He was playing in his first Masters on the show. And it was like, and then he went out in the first Masters and was like a top 10 finish. So
No.
he's a freak.
Sounds a lot like me.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I'm continuing reluctantly on the Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, yeah.
They've really gone
Full woke, you said.
so woke. Any chance you can look something up right now? Harrison Ford's in a show. The guy that was on Forgetting Sarah Marshall, that whatever his name is, he was also in the
Jason Segel.
That's it. There's a show that I started watching.
Shrinking?
That's it. Now, I'm not recommending it, and I'm not recommending it.
It's got very good ratings.
Yeah, I know it's a tough one to.
Helpful.
I hate Harrison Ford, and thank God he's very little in it. It seems so far in the first 2 episodes I've watched. It is entertaining.
Hey, it's that guy from Ted Lasso.
It is entertaining, but it's also a little frustrating at the same time. So I'm gonna give it a couple more episodes and see where I go with it. You know, I'm a giver.
Good for you.
That's me, a giver.
My wife is watching this show right now. I don't know.
Which
if you guys
means you're
know it.
watching it also. Go ahead.
Don't
lie to
I
us.
Can't
Go
sit
ahead.
and watch it. I can't.
Go ahead. Come on.
This is how bad it is. School Spirits. Have you guys heard of it?
Never heard of it.
It's
We're men.
It's a
Yeah.
It's a show, and I'm sitting there last night, and there's these 2 guys. And they start making out, and I mean going, and I'm like,
Whoa,
I tell her,
I'm out.
turn this shit
Yeah,
off.
not around my kids.
Like, how do you watch
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
And she's like, well, I don't like this part, but I like the show. I'm like, it's part of the show. Turn the
Yeah,
show off.
it's got to go.
And stuff like that drives me. How
Just
woke
break
these
the TV.
things are going
Just
now.
smash the TV.
How woke they're going with all these shows now, it drives me nuts.
Even in commercials.
Yeah.
For the love of God. Yeah.
Queers. What's up?
What?
All right, top 5.
Oh,
Top 5
God.
smells.
Here we go. Do I have to go first?
Yeah, you do.
You guys hate me.
Yeah, we do.
You got the best list.
I
excited for
don't.
this.
I mean,
You
you were
know this.
terrible in your arguments, so you got to go first.
Okay, so for me, it's the smell of Thanksgiving food, cooking, all of it.
Wow.
You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
Pies, everything
yeah.
going.
Yep.
Growing up, I used to cut grass in the summer, so like fresh cut grass.
That is unbelievable that he did that. That to me is such a great smell. That fresh
Yeah.
cut
I used to
grass.
love that.
I loved it. Yeah.
I would do yards in the summer with my grandpa.
Yeah.
And all that was one of my favorite
Yes.
smells. Coffee in the morning.
All right.
Haas.
And then
I don't want to jinx it, but good golly,
like
this list.
meat cooking on a grill, like barbecue, smoker, something like that.
Yeah.
And then for me, the last one is
Ass?
is baseball.
Oh, okay.
Like
I'm sorry.
just
I thought it was
the
ass.
smell of a baseball stadium and everything that comes with it. That's one of my favorites.
So not ass.
Not ass.
Okay.
Easily his best list, folks.
I know that is crazy.
That is
That's
a-
why I texted him last night. I said I need the top 5. I have to study.
I always
have to
ask in
study.
advance.
Gotta put in my work.
Yeah, so a couple of mine are Haas's. Coffee,
Okay.
smoked meat, barbecue, fire, like a campfire,
That is good too.
and then like rain on concrete after it hasn't rained for a
Oh
while.
my
Wow.
God!
Yeah.
My
And
youngest
yeah.
brought that up.
Yeah, that
Fresh
one's a good
At
one.
dinner
That's
yesterday.
like a great one.
Yes.
And then Disneyland churros. I will, if I walk by one, I automatically buy it. We were
Okay,
there not too long
Only
ago.
there.
Wow, yeah.
Not like the guy riding around on his little.
The ones
Yeah.
on Candy Cane Lane during
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
time,
Uh-huh.
like they're
Didn't
really
we
good.
see that?
They got me.
They're
They got
really
me.
good.
It gets
Yeah.
me every time. I think I bought like 5 when we were there. Every time I walk by one, I was like, go buy one.
Yeah.
Yeah. My honorable mention is candles, because depending on which
You're a
type of
woman.
candle,
Because you're a woman.
a nice candle is really
Yeah.
nice.
Because you're a woman. Go
Number
ahead.
1 for me, clean laundry, right out of the dryer. It just smells great.
That is so great.
Barbecue, yes.
Yes.
The gas fumes at like a go-kart track. I don't know why.
No.
I love that
Headache.
smell.
Headache.
I don't know what it is.
Dude, I'd have a
Exhaust?
migraine.
An orange that you like just peeled. Like,
Okay,
I'm thinking
good
like
call.
picking off my tree,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
peel
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Number 5, my own farts. Everyone,
So ass.
Everyone loves the smell of their own
So
brand.
ass. Okay, so honorable mentions: the rain, fantastic.
That's a good
The grass, fantastic. Coffee, because I don't drink coffee because I hate the taste. But man, oh man, does that smell not equal the taste? But the smell is unbelievable. Okay, so here's the list, and you guys hit on some of these, which is fantastic. Not a campfire deal, but in the house fire, in the fireplace. What a great smell. A barbecue, fantastic smell. Love that. A homemade apple pie. Come on, naked worthy. Yes,
That was a big.
I
miss
would go
by
with
me.
pumpkin pie, but yeah.
pumpkin. Yeah, I'm getting closer and closer to really enjoying that. But man, an apple pie, Mrs. Legend with the damn apple pie. Bacon,
Oh, good one.
bacon,
Mm.
undress worthy. And lastly, a cigar.
Mm.
Wow.
No?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of all the misses I had off of your guys' list.
What did you have? Like, what did
Coffee is a good one.
That's a great one.
The fresh cut grass I agree with, but at the same time, these allergies.
No, I mean you got to move the allergies aside. It's
Yeah.
just a smell.
And then you and rain, so I don't know if you're like that.
That's true. I don't go outside to smell it. So yeah.
I remember when I first started listening to
so
this show,
good.
it was all you guys talked about.
Well, he wouldn't go to work.
You wouldn't go outside because it was raining.
Hey, slick tires out there, boys. You gotta watch out.
Or the neighbors'
I'm trying to make it
trash
out
can
alive.
and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Neighbor's trash.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
What else do you?
Those were the big ones.
Okay, not the cigar. I'm surprised.
Cigar, yeah, I like that. Bacon, I think I think I kind of just grouped barbecue with all meat, I guess. I don't know.
No,
But
like,
there is a difference.
man, you walk
Like the
into a
smoker
house.
versus, yeah.
Yeah.
You walk
smoker
into a
room.
house and somebody just did bacon. You're yelling out bacon.
You're barking.
yeah, bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love bacon.
Good top 5.
Are you done?
My top 5 streak's over, by the way.
What's
it might
that?
have been over the last time I was on the show, but this one officially.
No, this one you're over the
This-
top.
this
We
one,
can't
yeah,
make
no,
fun
that's
of
it.
you.
We're proud of you. Good job.
we are.
Undisputed number 1.
Carnivore done or this week?
So I was supposed to go until Friday this week. I've kind of slacked off a little bit because I hit my weight goal,
Yeah.
and so I'm trying to figure out what the next steps are of like what I'm gonna add.
Do
back
you
in
see
and
a
stuff.
difference in
Oh,
him?
definitely.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
it.
Huh?
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, my latest weigh-in I was 193,
You're
so-
welcome.
and I haven't been to the gym in like a week because
No
of
kidding.
my poor
Oh, yeah,
sleep and
yeah,
everything and
yeah.
allergies and all that.
I got him on a crazy workout that's destroying him.
But I've seen a difference in that too. More
Good?
more definition. Yeah, yeah.
You're welcome.
So yeah, I haven't really like been. I've still been doing it, but like at night, for instance, I had like a Greek yogurt with some fruit and some honey. Oh my gosh, having like sweets.
Okay, so let
the
me
first
ask you,
time in
since
2
you
months.
cheated,
Yeah, yeah.
what is the one thing that you said, since I'm going to do this, I'm just going to go dive into this?
Well, no, I really haven't yet. That's the thing. Like
But you
I've
said-
added, but I've added things back in, like a Greek yogurt. Or
Oh,
something.
so
I
you
haven't.
haven't.
I have not gone like
Oh.
full binge like a Taco Bell $5 box or something
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, go 7. It's a really
Because
good one.
I'm worried if I go too far, just caca forever,
Yeah,
just nonstop.
yeah. You look like your house.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Me and the dog would be next to each other, fist bumping.
That is great.
So yeah, I haven't gone like full fledged yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I've had like some fruit.
Okay, so
or
I'm
some-
asking
yeah.
you then, when you
What
do,
do I wanna-
what? Yeah,
yeah.
like what's the thing that you've craved that you said, you know what, this is the first thing I'm going to go head into?
I feel like a safe one that's not too terrible, but is still like something that would be great is like a full like the In-N-Out double fries and a milkshake type thing.
Yeah,
Pizza.
But I'm
They
worried
have-
about
Be
that.
mine.
I'm worried about that milkshake. But
they have the best milkshakes.
I agree. My wife doesn't like them, and I'm like,
Divorce her immediately. Just go on.
you don't like real ice cream in your
Yeah.
milkshake?
It
Like,
is so
yeah.
good. It's crazy good.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good. Mm.
No, so you're not playing the game like I want you to play. I want you to play the game of forget about the closest to. What are you craving the most, regardless of how it's going to affect you, that you've been dying to go get this and it's going to destroy everything you've done? That's what I'm looking for.
I don't know. I really haven't thought about it.
Like, to
It's
me,
weird when you
somebody
go
said
when you go
pizza.
2
Me.
months. When
That
you
would
go,
be my thing
When you go
anyway.
2 months without eating like anything, I almost forgot like what I.
Yeah, but like hearing pizza would
Yeah.
be in a top 5, right? Then like a
Yeah.
massive chocolate cake,
Yeah.
like Mrs. T makes, those freaking cakes she makes. I would just smear it all over me.
Yeah.
Mine
I
would be
think
like a
it's
big
mainly the-
breakfast burrito.
Oof.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like I could have a lot of those things. Like I was already eating a bunch of eggs and
But not
bacon.
cake
Not cake. That's why I was
and
gonna
not
say.
pizza.
I
Definitely
feel like
not
the
pizza.
sweets more so for me, not as much the savory. Like
See, but
like
the other thing
pizza.
would be for me, I would be, as soon as this ended, I say I'm gonna do a cheat day. I don't give a crap on it. It would be a seafood pasta in a red sauce that I'm telling you, I don't care how much I eat of it because it's going to be the entire thing. And that's what I would be craving. I'd do the pizza part. I'd do the cake,
So you could have seafood on my diet.
but not pasta.
No, but like
That's what I'm
the thing.
saying.
I don't really crave like the.
I know it's not
Like
about you. It's about
carb
me
thing.
right
Oh,
now.
My
I
wife's
said
my
what I'm
wife's
saying.
making homemade chicken parm tonight. actually.
Oh,
Mm.
good for
Yeah.
her. Yeah. What time are we coming? I'm just asking as a group, Get
She's gonna throw it in the new thing you gave me at the end to
Yeah.
melt all the cheese and everything.
Nice. I'm happy that works out for you.
Oh, it's
guys.
working.
Good.
She loves that thing.
Good.
All right, rate the show.
I'll give it a 9 just because I know a lot of the people are gonna hate it for all the.
So worry
baseball
about
talk.
what they How did you?
I loved it. I think anytime we talk baseball, it's
what are you grading?
I'll give
it?
like a 9.7.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 10 just to spite those people. Yeah.
Yeah.
CGOC, we're talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. What'd you have, Haas?
9.7.
We'll go 9.75.
Playing prices right.
I thought it was a great show, even with little sports, lots of laughs. And
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
talk. It was good.
We had a 10.
Yeah.
10.5
Yes.
for me. 10.5. I thought beating both of you at the same time and
It's false.
still talking.
No.
I didn't interrupt
lost.
you guys.
Yeah,
beating
you
both
actually
of-
did every single
Every time we talk.
Every time they open their mouths.
Beating both of you guys in the argument. I thought maybe you guys had a chance, but you guys failed.
Make it a poll.
That was
Can we,
fantastic.
I was just
Make
gonna
it a
say
poll.
that. Exactly. Put a poll out there. Let's see.
I'm telling you what I was dead on in everything I said. Dead on. You can't even argue it. It was silly you tried.
I think it was a bad move bringing you here because I totally helped win the argument for Haas.
Oh no, absolutely not. I want the more of you guys being wrong makes me happy.
Okay, so I want to get your guys' wording. How should I word the poll here?
Yeah. Do I hear
Those little gremlins.
my green kids?
I think so. What's the poll?
Who won the argument?
That's it.
Who
Okay.
won the baseball argument?
Yeah.
Yeah, legend. Well, I mean, just it's gonna be legends. I feel bad for you guys. You know, I don't like it that you guys come on the show and you guys are gonna be wrong. I don't, but you guys did.
Yeah, we
it.
got to have both of us on again when we do our preseason predictions for the season.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah,
Yep.
That'd be
absolutely,
fun.
not a problem.
Yeah, I think about 4 weeks, right?
Yep.
3.5, something like that.
Trying to find my dark horse team again. Like
Can't use the Tigers.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I was-
using- can't use the Tigers again.
Yeah, and Baltimore was a couple of years ago. You can't use them.
Yeah.
Can't use them
Yeah.
anymore.
You know who's
Yeah.
what a team I've heard noise about is your A's. For some
That's what they're
reason,
saying.
they're kind of.
You mean they
making
can
them-
win 50 games?
All I'm
They're being
saying,
the dark horse team.
they've
50 game
been
winner?
putting up some runs in spring ball.
I think my dark horse team's gonna piss Legend off. That's
Oh.
who I'm leaning on right now.
No, I understand.
Sox.
I understand. I understand the Sox, but I just don't think they have enough. Now, I don't, and I would tell you, I don't think they have enough. I don't think.
I think if
Brett-
Bueller stays healthy, I think they're gonna. I think Bueller
Yeah,
and
that's the
Crochet
swing.
at the
That's,
top of that
that's
lineup,
the piece that
is-
swings
Okay.
them.
or at the top of that
All right.
rotation, is going to be big for them.
Okay.
Is Crochet actually going to pitch, though, or is he going to continue to be like, oh, I'll throw 4 innings?
Yeah, they're going to pitch him.
Did he get his contract?
I think so.
Okay.
I think he got it. I'm not sure though.
Because that was
to
the
be
whole
honest.
reason with the White Sox.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to throw my arm out for a team that sucks, and I haven't been paid
And that's
yet.
why teams didn't want to trade for him too,
Yeah.
because they were afraid.
Yeah, if he didn't resign.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
That
Last
was it.
thoughts?
Good job out of you two,
Yeah. Which two?
even though they were wrong. The wrong two.
Oh, okay. As always, you can find the show on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Our Twitter at Balls Out Sports. Go vote in the poll. Go vote on who won the argument
won.
between Legend and then Team GB Haas. For Legend, Haas, GB, I'm Bench. You've been listening to Balls Out Sports Talk, and as always,
Tell a friend.
take notes, manager. That's how you do it.
Ooh, how they give you heat.